like I've been exposed to tons of YouTubers, but it's like I don't really watch too many. But there's a very small handful.
Level 857.
And
Level 857 Video Game Podcast.
What's going on, everyone? Whether it's a beer, a shot, or a glass of wine, grab your favorite beverage. And welcome to the Level 857 Video Game Podcast. We are your hosts, Alg857.
Sticks in the building. And your boy Big Chalk, what up?
And today, we have a very special guest. Oh,
Introducing to the Level 857 podcast, fellow YouTuber, Mad Little Pixel.
What's good?
yeah.
What up?
What's going on?
Actually, I fucked
What
that
up?
up. I was supposed to actually put this graphic in here, and I totally fucked up. I pressed the wrong button.
Fucked up the
So it's like, oh, whoops.
Damn.
It happens,
Off to a
man.
great
Shit happens.
start.
Yeah. My
all
bad.
good.
My bad.
Professionalism at its best.
That's how we do shit here, man.
That's how the Level
That's how we-
857 podcast is.
Yeah, we live, man. We live. That's how shit happens.
That's how it happens.
You got to crack some eggs to make an omelet, man.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
True.
Now, before we get into everything, tell everybody in the audience who you are and what you do.
My name's Ron, Mad Little Pixel. I make videos on YouTube. That's about it. And I talk shit on social media here and there. Retro gaming, product reviews, tutorials, emulation, real hardware, current stuff, a little bit of everything, man. Just having fun. That's it. That's me.
All right.
Nice.
Nice. All right.
Awesome. And just like every podcast, we go around talking about the games that we played for the week. Who'd like to go first?
I will start. I have a short list.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good.
Me too. I also have a very quick
Same
list.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I played a little Doom.
Oh,
Violent, super violent. Love it.
Love it.
And I've been playing Gears.
still playing Gears?
Yeah, man.
Yes, you love you some.
Yeah, I started playing Horde mode and Versus. And Escape. Escape is fun, but quick story. I was playing Escape. It's 3 people, and you're supposed to escape the hive together. That is the premise.
Mm-hmm.
I played with people 2 days ago. They left me behind twice. They literally ran through the stage, didn't kill a thing. So I'm like running behind. I'm collecting supplies. I got guns. I'm like, all right, let's do this. They're gone. And I got to shoot a whole army by myself. I died twice. I was like, I hate you guys. And I quit the game.
Holy shit.
No love. There's
No,
no love
no
on
love.
man.
No love. But yeah,
No love.
that's all I've been playing.
All right. So this week, I haven't gotten back into Valkyria, which I should be. but
Unacceptable behavior.
It's busy. But I did play a new game yesterday,
Oh,
What's that?
and it's one that you just mentioned. So Gears 5.
oh, you finally got around to Gears 5.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
A year later.
Yeah, a year later. Shut up. So, playing the 1-player campaign. Played a couple of chapters. It is very entertaining so far.
All right.
I think it's a big improvement over 4 because
Absolutely.
the set pieces they put you in are a lot more action packed.
Hmm.
So your boss battles and everything, like they just throw a lot of stuff at you right away,
Mhm.
and that's what I've been missing in the last one. And I was
Yeah.
like, come on, y'all need to step it up. So this one, I think they're doing good in that regard. What I'm not so entertained by is the characters. So I don't really care about the characters besides like
How long
the
have you
chick
played
and her
for?
problems. Like I said, a couple of chapters in the beginning.
Okay. All right.
But they didn't really delve into. I think Cole is in it now. I was like, he popped out of nowhere. I was like, what's going on here? but a lot of the characters, I don't even know who they are, and I don't remember them from the other game. That's how much of an impact they had in part 4. I was like, who is this black dude? Like, I don't even know who you are.
Yo, don't diss Dell like that, son.
I don't know.
Don't
Give me
disrespect
some
Dell.
stories behind these people.
Don't be disrespecting Dell like
Yeah,
that.
hating on
I
Dell.
disrespect the characters in general.
Hating on
So, but as far as the game, though, yeah, I'm definitely into it. And as soon as they give me some stories behind these guys, I'll enjoy it more.
Get more into it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's smooth, man. It's 4K
No, it's
and 60 frames. It is
clean.
nice looking. So
It is
it reminds me of
clean.
like when I played the first one and the graphical style in that, where
Right.
it was so far ahead of everything when I came out. Like they finally did it again.
So the graphical whore is very happy with it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He called him a graphical whore.
The graphics horror.
She's very satisfied.
Oh,
Oh,
that's all. That's all I played though.
Okay.
Wow, man. Yeah, me, pretty simple. I've been playing a lot of Wargroove. I'm about halfway through the game. And Tetris 99. Play that every single day. Do the daily challenges.
You have anything special?
And
lately?
you know what? I wish I could say. I'd be lying if I said yeah. Man, I've been
No
real
good
sick
stages
this
of
week,
it?
man. I'm just getting over a cold, so I really had no time to, feeling weak and everything, trying to play.
No excuses. Play like a champion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Using the
quick
cold
game
as-
here or there,
using the
Tetris
cold as an
99.
excuse? Fuck that shit.
I mean, I
It's an excuse
I
not
took
to go
out
to
some
work.
people in Tetris 99, man. I took out a few peeps.
All right, there you go.
I finished in the top 10, but that's not news. Everybody knows that.
Let me stop. I'm finishing the top 10 ain't news. That's old news.
Everybody knows I'm nice. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
Just playing. No, but that's it, man. That's all I've been playing.
Well, as far as this is a little bittersweet because I finally was so happy because I caught up on games. I finished Devil May Cry 5 in like a couple of days because it's a pretty quick game. I thought it was pretty awesome, very fast. I don't know if it's my favorite one though. I like DMC a lot. A lot of people hated on that for
Same here,
Dante's Look, but I thought that was amazing. But I gotta let time go by. I don't want to get caught up in the Devil May Cry 5 thing. But then I was like, all right, then I can go back into State of Decay 2 and play my old files. And lo and behold, all my files are gone. I was trying to find out where my DLC is, where my save files are. I called Microsoft. Nothing. This shit is gone. So I got to start that game from square one, even after spending money on the DLC. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Can't nobody on the phone tell me what's going on. You have my email address. I've had one email address for like the past 10 years. You can't find them.
You're not a fan of the cloud?
You
Man,
can't.
listen.
You can't be talking shit about
Yo,
Microsoft,
fuck
bro.
Microsoft.
See what I mean? See what I mean? You see that? You heard that?
They gotta fix the problem.
But they
man.
about to delete your
Restore
save file
my
right
shit.
now.
Restore my shit.
They're about to delete your save file right now.
Oh, it's
Man,
fine.
I only played like an hour yesterday. You can delete it again. I
Oh
don't
well,
care. You're the Microsoft guy. Fix this problem.
it's not my problem. I don't talk shit about my company.
Other than that, obviously, still playing Smash Brothers Ultimate. Got a new character coming next week, but we'll talk about that more later. And that's about it. What about you, Rock?
Man, a little bit of everything, but mostly some older stuff. But as far as recently released, the Sikyo Shooting Stars Alpha for the Switch collection of old school arcade shooters. I love that kind of stuff. I'm more into the quick pick up and play type things, and that one I did a video on, but I've also been enjoying it.
Is that a bullet
and
hell?
then playing a little bit of Death Stranding. I've been trying to get back into that, but little tough, man, little tough. Besides that, just some older stuff, man. Some GameCube games, and I'm always playing Super Mario Brothers 1 on the NES. I mean, I know that doesn't
Really? Oh, that's awesome.
play that shit almost every day, man.
Wow.
That's
Like,
awesome.
That's cool.
Almost every day.
That's cool.
Right now, I have a CRT hooked up over 8 with 2 NESs, or one Famicom and an NES, and then another NES that's not hooked up. They're all like modded and shit, and just sitting over there playing some Mario, man.
That's awesome.
That's what's up.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Are you confident that you're going to get through the entire Death Stranding game, or is it starting to wear on you?
Yeah. It's a game that really intrigued me when it came out because there was so much like shit talking. There's people who loved it, people who hated it. Kind of seemed more towards people who are like, man, this is like kind of hyped up for no reason. You know, UPS package handler, fucking simulator type thing. But I was really intrigued with some of the things that it had going for it, the connectivity, which everything kind of played and you know, it had that place in the story. So that kind of intrigued me, and I just got busy. I did get a little bored here and there. It's like, man, you're just fucking walking everywhere with these stupid ass packages. But the game is special in a certain way. Is it the greatest game ever? Hell no. But it's something I want to finish eventually when I got the time. Hopefully, eventually.
Yeah, we gotta get one of us into Death Stranding.
I'm good.
I think Algae
I'm willing to play it. I just don't want to pay full price for the game. I'm waiting for that shit to
nice
drop down.
$25.
Yeah,
range.
yeah. Bargain bin, you know.
Damn. So you're not gonna play that till 2023.
Listen, I like
on
the
Game
Kojima.
Pass, and then we'll see about
Yeah,
it.
Game Pass. There we go.
It needs
There
to
you
go
go.
on.
Yeah,
Game
no,
Pass.
I'll mess with it then. Yeah.
Check it out. See how it is.
It might be a Black Friday deal this year.
Yeah,
Who knows?
there you go.
20 bucks.
Yeah, I'll give it a
right?
shot.
I
man.
mean, the PS5 and stuff will be out by then or around then, right?
Yeah.
So they'll be clearancing out some shit.
Of course. Of course.
Listen, on eBay, I'm sure somebody's getting rid of that.
Yeah, right.
For half off right now.
I'm sure.
That Google Stadia.
Oh, shit,
Oh,
yeah.
Is that you
Shots
can't
fired.
sell that though? You're stuck.
I know,
with
right?
it.
Oh damn.
Well, you
man.
could sell your setup if you got like
Okay.
the Founders
Oh, the
Edition.
Founders Edition was one.
Oh yeah, the
one,
controller and the Chrome.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the Chromecast Ultra.
Oh, my God.
Listen, there's we'll get into that, but
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah.
that'll get better.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully it'll get better. But right now, yeah, it's a lost cause right now.
I need to justify the money I paid for it.
Oh yeah, nah, your ass out. They messed you up.
The beta testers.
Listen, they better give out
Hey,
vouchers for free games for y'all.
Yeah.
Call it a day. Like
Yeah.
give you like 4 free games just to do
They
that.
do give you free games,
Yeah.
but like the old Tomb Raiders, you got Samurai Showdown, fuck it, Farming Simulator 2019.
Oh, no,
last
I
year.
wanted to. Let me stop.
They couldn't give you a 2020.
Farming Simulator.
They couldn't
Yeah.
give it a new one.
Yeah, Farming Simulator.
That's awesome.
Heard Superman.
That justified it for me right there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's a couple other games they gave too, but it's all just shit you don't want to play. That it's either on like the Xbox Game Pass or like you just not
Right.
you don't want to play it on there,
Right,
man.
right.
Just like whatever.
Yeah.
You look at the game store and it's just
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah.
They have to work on some exclusives or something.
They do. They do.
So that makes or breaks you.
Definitely does.
Gotta have them.
So you, let me ask you guys a question. You guys ready for the news?
I'm ready for the news.
I was born ready for the news.
All right.
I'm ready.
In that case, let's go down.
Wait, I'm not ready.
Wait, I'm not
You said you were ready. You said you were ready.
I wasn't ready.
So let's start the news, y'all. So a leak on Reddit claims a sequel to Marvel's Spider-Man is in development for holiday 2021. So let me ask you fellas something.
Yes.
Is this news to you, or is this something that we knew was going to be?
That's
At
not.
some point.
That's
It's like the sky is blue.
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah,
like-
yeah.
But is it though? Is it because of the water?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no.
you gotta stop that.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man 2, obviously, if you played the first one, you'd be like, listen, it's been a success. The way they did the game, obviously, is going to have some type of a sequel.
Yeah.
No spoilers or nothing, but they're definitely going to be working on another one. It's not going to surprise anybody. So the fact that this is up there, I mean, credibility is the guy who posted this, which is what kind of name is this? So Reddit user V17447377.
Oh, that guy. I know him.
That guy.
Yeah,
I know him. I know
What?
him.
Yeah, you remember him, man? He was
You know that guy. But they said, according to the leak, it'll be about Peter Parker, but it'll be more about what's his name?
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
Yes.
Also.
Okay.
So there'll be more of an integral role from him into the title.
That's what's up.
I
That's cool.
assume that
The
shit.
open world will open up, and it's apparently going to be Queens, Brooklyn, and Manhattan instead of just Manhattan.
What?
Oh, that's cool.
So
Oh.
it might. I mean, like I said, this is all rumors.
Yeah.
Well, I
But,
mean, because Miles is from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
exactly.
Peter
So-
lives in Queens. Well, his Aunt May lives in Queens.
Yeah.
And
apparently.
then Oscorp is said to play a major role in the sequel. Like in the first game, there wasn't a lot about like Green Goblin and stuff
Right.
like
No.
that, and like other characters like Venom and stuff they didn't put in there. So there's a lot
Right.
of characters they didn't mess with. Like Craven the Hunter wasn't in there either.
No,
No.
They made it
there's a
so
lot of
easy to
people.
set up, though. which is
Oh yeah.
nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of characters that they could put in this. I'm very much looking forward to this game, and they don't have to change much. They said they're going to overhaul a lot to make it. You know, I doubt they'll be
No.
taking away stuff, but they're going to add more, obviously.
Please add. Don't take away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect
It
as
was-
it is.
I mean,
it
if
was
you want to
good.
add co-op, I'm not
I'm
gonna
all
Yeah, I
about
don't
complain
know if that.
Yeah.
I don't know
at
if
all.
that and that. But they said, oh, it might be for PS5. I'm like, stop.
Might be for PS5.
That's
What
an
kind of-
obvious
what?
thing. That's an obvious rumor. Like if you said that for your,
Yeah.
if you said Spider-Man 2 is coming out for PS5 for your
Yeah.
for your thing for the new year, and I'm like, man, listen, you don't get that.
You know, yeah, exactly. No, the prediction, no, it wouldn't work.
You don't
for the
get that
prediction.
Yo, but what if they only release it on PS4?
Yeah. It's like saying, oh, Spider-Man 2 is going to come out. No, that's not a prediction.
They just
Listen,
lock it onto
come on,
PS4.
man.
That's
Listen,
it.
if they said it's coming out February, like
Yeah.
for PS4,
Yeah.
and they're like you can play it backwards compatible, so it's fine. for
That's
that.
more.
And then it'll have no load times.
No,
Like-
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's probably if they said something like that, then this would still be wrong because it's in 2021. But
Yeah. Yeah.
but we'll see. I'm very much looking forward to a Spider-Man 2. I have no qualms with them making a sequel. So they can make the same game, damn it.
I don't really care. As long
Yeah.
as that's costumes. I don't give a shit. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
right.
Did you ever get around to playing Spider-Man for PS4?
I know we chatted about this the other day, but I'm not the world's biggest Spider-Man fan by any means. Spider-Man's like, I know you guys are like, oh yeah. Me, I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
Calm down in the chat. Calm down in the chat. Let me say
Oh,
that.
man.
Let me say that.
Everyone be nice.
Spider-Man,
Be nice. in the
Spider-Man's
chat.
all right. Now,
I feel it in my
check it out,
chest.
though.
Oh.
Now check it out though. Like I have a 5-year-old and he loves Spider-Man. I don't know where it came from, but he loves Spider-Man. I'm fine with that, but that's not the way I grew up with comic book characters and stuff like that. Spider-Man was not somebody I cared about. The games, never played them. The new one I had played. I thought it was pretty good, but it's not my style and not caring about Spider-Man in general. It wasn't something I was amped up for. I bought it when it was $20. I mean, didn't hurt.
Wow,
Oh.
that was $20. Holy shit!
I had to get it, right?
Steal.
But now
That's
with
a
the
steal.
sequel and seeing how this game has performed, so I'm just turning my sound off on my phone because shit just buzzed. But seeing how this performed, the game performed, how it sold, how great it looked, and it did play. It was a very polished game. It's no shit. There's going to be a sequel,
Yeah.
but so I mean that's not much of a leak. Oh, I know a guy close to Insomniac Games. To me, it's like, come on, man. Like you're just telling us shit we already know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We already know it's gonna happen. Now with the Miles Morales stuff, I have to say, never enjoyed a Spider-Man movie until Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
That movie's
awesome.
was just legit. For me,
that's
not
dope.
being a Spider-Man fan
That
and
says
being
a
like,
lot.
I have to own this movie. I don't buy Blu-rays and shit like that.
Yeah.
That movie's sitting up there. We have that on Blu-ray. It was a must-have movie. We seen it in the theater. It's like, holy shit.
That was art.
man.
If they made a game in that style, that kind of story, that
Oh, shit.
vibe,
Mhm.
like that would be dope, man. Like, I mean, if you did just a straight sequel to the previous Spider-Man, a lot of people are gonna dig it.
Right.
If you made a new Spider-Man based off of that
Mhm.
and that style,
Interesting.
that I would see that having a wider appeal, especially when you're looking at people. Because I've heard this from other people too, who not really the biggest Spider-Man fans, but they saw Into the Spider-Verse and it was like, holy shit, I'm a fan now.
Mhm.
And I've seen a lot of people say that. So I would think if they did something like that, that would be pretty dope.
That's an interesting.
That would be a
take.
game I would buy day one.
Day one, but
That-
yeah, that's the day
You know
one.
all the
vibe.
Spider-Man you can be in that?
Yeah, right?
You could be a ton of different Spider-Man.
And
in
half
that
of them
totally
I don't
different
like.
universe.
Yeah.
Half of them I hate.
But
You don't like the Nicolas
gameplay
Cage
wise.
story?
Actually, Nicolas Cage
gameplay-wise.
one had me dying. though.
He was
Nicolas
hilarious.
Cage, he had me crying in that movie.
He was hilarious.
But
funny.
gameplay-wise, the way you can integrate all those
Yeah.
characters in and make it completely different play style. That
I'm
would be pretty
surprised
dope.
they haven't rumored something like that. See, that would be a leak if they said,
Right.
"Hey, there's a Spider-Verse
Well-
Spider-Man game coming."
Well, who
out.
knows? If
I
that,
bet
that's
you-
what they're working
I
on. Who knows?
guarantee.
They might-
I guarantee that Miles from the movie is going to be a skin in the
That,
game.
it'll definitely
yeah.
be a skin.
Definitely
yes,
a skin.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Definitely.
Because they had the cartoon fucking Spider-Man in there,
Uh-huh.
the anime one. Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, I think I would like that better. Now that you mentioned it, I would like that one better.
Well, they did a lot of fan service to the other Spider-Man games, so it's not a surprise.
And
that
Nicolas
they-
Cage has to be the other one.
Yeah, he has to do the voice.
He has to do the
yes.
voice.
Nah,
Spider-Man
dude,
Noir.
Spider-Man
dude,
Noir.
he's Superman. He's Superman. He can't be Spider-Man and Superman.
He'll never be
Stop.
Superman. That
Stop.
shit's a Photoshop. That shit's not.
He was-
real. I don't
he
give
was
a
Superman,
damn.
It was supposed to be that Tim
Yeah,
Burton.
yeah.
Yep.
I remember-
But nowadays, Nicolas Cage, I mean, we're going off on a whole other thing. Nicolas Cage, he's got to take whatever he could get. That
That's
dude
so
used to be
true.
he used to be a respected actor, but now he's just like
the pun, the joke.
Yeah, man.
he's because he's one of those guys, man. He had a shit ton of success, all that money, and started buying up properties, buying boats, buying this, buying that, in over his head, and can't maintain that shit. It's just
Yeah.
like Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp
Yeah.
got himself in the same situation.
That's true.
These guys are going to wind up doing stupid bullshit, straight to DVD movies, lifetime movies,
Yep.
until they're 90 years old, just to be able to pay for their shit, man.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
We've always got Con Air.
Yeah.
Con Air.
Oh,
Nicolas,
and The Rock. And The
Yeah.
Rock.
No, The
Nicolas
Rock was good
Cage
too.
bought.
Rock was good.
Didn't he buy Superman, the first Action Comics, the first Superman comic? I heard that
They
shit.
probably gave it to him, man.
He
was
named his son
Superman.
Kal-El.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely did then. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, he definitely
Real
did.
whack name.
That
man.
kid's gonna
That's
get
a
fucking
fail.
beaten. Oh man, I feel bad for that kid.
Damn, that
I'm
poor
sorry.
Kid. Damn.
I'm sorry. All
Better
that
change
therapy.
name. Better
Oh,
change that name.
man.
Anyway, Let's move on.
Anyway, no more Nicolas Cage shaming.
Yeah, man.
So speaking of Nicolas Cage,
Don't even start that.
What kind of transition is that?
That was a bad.
The worst transition.
That was bad.
Speaking of Nicolas Cage, you got the Joy-Cons. Wait, what?
Wow.
So, new Nintendo Switch controller design turns your Joy-Con into a stylus.
Oh dear.
So
When your finger's not enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
what she
people,
said.
old people coming for styluses all the time.
By the same makers that created the straw.
That's a great.
Talking of straws, man. You guys are on the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys don't have no straw bands, right?
No.
Holy fuck.
I think there is.
That's a good question.
It depends on, well,
No,
I don't-
everywhere I go,
without
there's
disclosing
straws.
where we are, but
Yeah, there's straws.
A straw band?
in certain
Straw
areas,
band.
there is.
I think maybe in Suffolk County.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a plastic bag ban too.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got to pay. I think you got to pay like a nickel for
Mhm.
a plastic bag in Suffolk County.
Oh, that's
now.
like
Yeah.
France. France had that shit.
When are they gonna start
Yeah,
making?
yeah, yeah.
They're gonna start making wooden straws.
Well, I'm out in California, and straws are a very hard thing to come by because people are supposedly killing sea turtles with them. But
Oh shit.
Jesus.
So
you go to a lot of these places, man, and you get a fucking paper straw.
yeah.
Who the fuck wants to drink with a paper straw?
Paper straw.
Doesn't that melt in seconds?
Like
It does. It gets all soggy and shit. And even before it gets soggy, you taste it. You just taste cardboard in your mouth.
that should be a
I'm like,
news topic.
I'm like, get out of here. I'm like, give me a coffee stir straw.
Exactly.
You can still use that, but now you're sucking through a little fucking tiny thing, man. We got kind of off.
No.
beat
You know
there.
what? This should have been the fucking news,
That's what a
man.
podcast is about. Podcast is about going
That's
off
the
topic.
Yes.
Turning left.
Living in California with all these fucking knuckleheads, man. I'm from the East Coast. I'm
Oh,
I
yeah?
was born and raised in New Jersey. But I
Oh,
lived in
okay,
California for
okay.
a long time. And man, yeah, we've had the plastic bag ban for a long time now, and now we got the straw ban. It's like you guys are.
Better buy one of those loopy straws. Those
Yeah.
plastic ones.
The crazy
Those
straw.
plastic crazy straws, and keep that in your pocket.
To get back on topic,
Yeah.
Omnislash is asking, how long until Soulja Boy comes out with his new stylus on a hot new gaming console?
Love it.
Oh man, Soulja Boy, miss that guy.
Do we?
No.
With all his antics. That's it. I don't miss
That's
nothing
true.
else about him. I just miss his crazy antics saying, fuck Nintendo. I'm going to sell Super Mario Brothers or license from all. Yeah, I miss that stuff, man. He was out of his
Yeah.
fucking mind. A
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
hustler to
true.
the team.
Listen, with this stylus news, he'll be back, man. So I was just trying to think, like, what reason would Nintendo come out with a stylus for the Switch? Because when they had the stylus, it was for a dual screen. And if I have this on the TV, I cannot use this to write on to interact with my TV because it's already in the dock. So if I have this in my face, what do I need the stylus for besides maybe if I'm making a level and complaining about it in Mario Maker? That's the only reason I can see people caring about the stylus, because they're like, oh, I hit the button
Well,
and it
yeah.
messed it up. That's it.
Mario Maker, doesn't it come with
the Smash Brothers stage
Creator?
builder also, but it's
Yeah.
like that's only 2 games right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I see no
So-
need for this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's not costing them a damn thing to put a little plastic thing on the end of this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's not a problem for them. If they're going to charge $20 for this thing, they're going to be like, listen, let's just put them out there.
Wow.
Charge $2. Like that's
Yeah,
what it's
right.
worth. It's like $2.
But like one of you guys was saying, in some regions, they offered a pre-order bonus with Mario Maker that came with the
Yeah.
stylus,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I don't remember seeing that around here, but I remember hearing about it. Now you got
Yes.
this shit where I'm looking at the news story because not much news to it, but they filed this patent back in mid 2019 around the release of Mario Maker. Like, wouldn't you want to get that shit out there then?
Yeah. So
But it's just such an insignificant piece of technology that
yeah.
who the hell, like, I don't use my Joy-Cons. I think they're worthless. Like, I don't care about the HD Rumble. I'm using this. I'm using the Pro controller. I'm not using those little jank things, man. So if I'm playing these games, and I don't even play in handheld mode, my Switch is a docked thing. But maybe with the Switch Lite, I could possibly. But you're not using the Joy-Cons in the Switch Lite, so
Right.
it's what's the purpose, man? My finger does a good enough job. But then again, I mean, see, now I'm like thinking I'm gonna take this like X-rated, but you would think a finger would be good for other things too. But people, you know,
That's
they're
what she
buying
said.
their sex toys or whatever. So maybe Nintendo that shit. I don't know. I just don't see any point.
It's not a vibrating nub.
Yeah, right? HD Rumble.
Yeah.
With the fucking...
Oh, geez. No, that would be a much more
Oh, it's a
successful
different
product.
game. I'm sorry. My bad.
Only in Japan.
Yeah.
Only in Japan.
Oh, my God.
One of those fucking Japanese dating.
Oh, no, I'm
sorry. I'm sorry.
But like I said, I don't understand the reason for like a wide release of something like this. It should have came with Mario Maker, or anything like that. That's it. Unless they have different plans, maybe it's gonna come with a new game. Maybe it's for actually, you know what? It might be for what's that game? What's the game where they teach you stuff in it? It's like a professor.
Brain Age.
Brain Age.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for that when you have to write down the numbers and stuff, and you got to have like something that's more precise to actually figure out.
That
problems.
makes sense.
So maybe it'll come with that because that's not out yet here, right? Or is it just like a
Not for
download only?
Switch, I don't think.
It's download only. I think
a
in
download only.
the regions. I don't know if it's on the US eShop.
But see, that's another missed opportunity. Then. If it's already released, why bring this out now? Bring it out with the $20 game and give it to you for free or something. Like that's nonsense.
Yeah.
I ain't fucking with it. I ain't about that later.
And that's just an attachment anyway. That's
Exactly.
Like, not even like a...
That thing better cost like $2.
No, that's what I'm saying.
man.
Like, that's the only
But
way
it's
it makes sense.
the thing is it better be something that's not necessary, which it already seems like it's not necessary because I look at it like with Nintendo, they've made some missteps. Like Kid Icarus, what was it on the 3DS? You had to have that little mount.
Yeah.
Like,
the Circle Pad Pro, whatever.
To fucking play, man. And it's like if Nintendo makes those same missteps, like you put the stupid stylus out and the game requires it. Screw you! I'm not buying that game.
They're trying to get too cute. Don't get too cute with that stuff. You don't need to.
Embrace the technology you've already created and just leave it at that. Get the most out of it. We don't need little fucking nubs coming out the side of these controllers that I'm sure most serious gamers aren't using the Joy-Cons. Like, what do you? Unless you're playing in handheld mode, like, and then you're not removing them.
Yeah,
just check this.
So this is gonna be specific to something.
Yep. What if there's a game where you can use both nubs at the same time on the screen to control like your left and right hand or something like precise, and you gotta.
Operation.
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to
left
think
and right hand.
Yeah, because that was gonna go real left,
Operation.
real quick. had to take this, had to steal the wheel on that one.
They could be doing something like one of these WarioWare games. You
that
never
would be
know.
dope.
Oh,
That
would be
makes
dope.
more sense. That makes more sense.
That would
There's
be dope.
possibilities, but it's just got the implementation. I'm just not like really caring, I guess.
Yeah, I don't
But
give a
we'll
shit.
have to see. It's an interesting thing, but it's just like you guys are saying. I'm saying it's like, what's the purpose here, man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. So, what's the purpose? You guys let us know out there.
Yeah.
What is this for?
What is it for?
To write your name.
yeah. All right, next one.
Next one.
Quick shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for keeping everything so live right now. It's your boy Big Chalk talking to you guys in the chat. And shout out to the recent followers. Left Hand Suzuki just followed us just now.
Thank you, brother.
Oh, thanks, man.
3DX977 Art just followed us 10 minutes ago.
Awesome.
Omni Slash followed us 11 minutes ago.
Awesome, man.
Maze79 followed us an hour ago.
That's dope.
BM West 1278 1 hour ago. Retro MN2 2 hours ago.
Oh.
211 Walnut 78 5 days ago.
We're a little late, but thank you.
Love Shack 65 6 days ago.
It's going way back.
Thank you guys for following us. We appreciate you. Thank you.
man.
Thanks.
I did hit up that YouTube too. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
YouTube. The 857 games.
But like this, looking at the comments here, Pabst, my boy Pabst here, Nintendo innovates themselves into a whole. That is fucking true, man.
That is true. Yeah.
That is the truest thing I've seen so far today in this chat. But I mean, well, I haven't read everything, but I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more truths in there. But that's true, man. They innovate and they take this crazy approach, and it's like it kind of puts some people off, man.
Yeah.
Like
Listen, Nintendo goes Nintendo's way.
Yeah.
yeah,
They always
They do
follow
what
their
they
own
want.
path, man.
They do what they want.
they do what they want, and I can appreciate them for it. But sometimes it's just like, come on, man. Like, don't reinvent the wheel. Let's just play some fucking games.
Yeah.
Question for Algie in the chat.
Oh.
Where did you get the Neo Geo shirt?
Oh. Amazon. That's
Okay.
where I ordered.
Oh wow, that segues right into our news.
Yeah.
Perfect segue to
Which
the
is
news.
which is good thing you asked because
So, getting
So
into our
happens.
news about Amazon. Amazon has a pre-order offer for upcoming 2020 games. So, if you're an Amazon Prime member, they've got $5 savings on pre-orders for certain upcoming AAA games. It's applied at checkout through your Amazon orders, and it's one of the only, if not the only, discount you're going to be getting on these games that's at least advertised. Because I know that Walmart does like deals where their new games will be like $5 less or like $10 less or something like that, but they don't advertise that. So if you walk into the store, you're like, how come this is only $45 or whatever, and it's a new game?
Right.
But I don't know what deal they have. But Amazon used to have a deal where if you were a Prime member, you get, what was it, 20%?
yeah,
off?
Yeah.
20% off.
20% off, and Best Buy follows suit with a 20% off if you had the Gamers Club membership thing.
Right.
And once Best Buy killed their 20% off, Amazon was like, we don't have to compete now. We don't need that
That's
on
fucked
here
up.
anymore. So no 20% off of nothing. I still have my Gamers Club. It's still, I don't know how. It's still going until I think like couple months. But I still get my 20% off. But if you didn't pay in advance, that thing got cut off and you don't have nothing.
Yep.
So
Damn.
everyone's is going to be gone soon, and this $5 is what is going to get people excited right now to
Yeah.
pre-order your games.
Account, man.
Well, what's cool about this is that once you pre-order it, that $5 savings is locked
Mhm.
into your. So if they decide to like change the sale or whatever, it's locked to your sale. You're gonna get it no matter what.
Well,
Which is
I
good.
mean, you got to be a Prime member.
But
plus
you have to be a
it-
Prime member, right?
It does end February 3rd, so that's going to be gone soon. So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
pre-order a ton of games for games that have no release date,
Right.
you better pre-order them now.
Yeah.
And then I guess they're just trying to lock in as many people as possible to get these games.
Mhm.
But I mean, I don't know if they're going to
Well,
have
you got-
another deal after that.
You got Cyberpunk. You got Doom Eternal.
There's a bunch of
you got,
games coming.
Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
You got Resident Evil 3 the
Three
remake.
I mean, these are all games you're probably going to get
You know?
anyway. So
Yeah.
if you want to save a little bit off it, and that's your only way of saving.
But by the time
Why
you're gonna
not?
play all these games, they're gonna be discounted anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on your back. It depends
so
on your
backlog.
Backlog.
Yeah,
that's
man.
like-
It depends on your backlog.
Yeah,
So
it
you might
depends.
want to hold off on some of these and wait because
Backlog is serious.
Resident Evil 2 was $15 on Black Friday. I'm like, dude.
That's,
Oh, yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah.
Shenmue 3,
Hmm.
a week after it came out,
Yeah.
it was like marked down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might
What?
save
They
more.
do that shit all the time, man.
Always, it pays to wait.
You might save more.
Always
Just
pays
wait a
to
week.
wait. Yeah, wait a week.
Yeah.
Shit will
That's true.
drop. It
That's
will
true.
always drop.
But you know, with this Amazon thing with the $5, which is insignificant in my opinion, but it's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
They were doing something, for a while, and I've been trying to cruise through Amazon to see if they were still doing it because I wasn't buying games from them for a while. But when they got rid of their program, like, hey, we're not doing the 20% off, they were doing this thing where a select number of games similar to this, you would get a gift card, right? You get like
Right.
so much. But then I think that disappeared because I don't see it anymore. Best Buy was doing the same thing too with the little pre-order card.
Yep.
I remember seeing that, but
Mhm.
like I never was able to take advantage of that. Never. I don't know how that worked, but as far as now, yeah, this is like the only deal you're getting. I know GameStop changed their program.
Oh man.
Yeah, they give you
And-
points or
they-
something now.
Yeah.
They don't
They
give you
up-
money off.
No, they give you money now. They changed it. They give you $5 every month,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
but they up the fee and they changed like. You guys got to look into this. Would have been a good topic. Now I'm thinking about it, but they changed the structure of it where you don't get the same percentages off. You don't get like used games cheaper, like certain things like that, and it's just ridiculous. But now they give you $5 a month. It's just to pull you into that store,
Right.
but it's a membership you're paying for. I still think to this day Best Buy had the best program.
Yes.
If they would have doubled the price on it, I still would have paid for it.
Yeah.
But it's just it's a struggle being a current gamer, on current generation systems, trying to find the best deals.
Listen,
Because now, if you have a huge back catalog, like you're saying,
Mhm.
you're waiting until Black Friday,
oh yeah.
and like
Yeah.
that's it, man.
Yeah.
Especially for AAA titles.
Yeah,
Right.
And
yeah, it's true.
And Nintendo titles, Nintendo first party shit. You ain't getting deals on that.
No, no.
Yeah, only on
never,
Black Friday.
never.
Or it has
If
to.
you're,
or
if you're
ha-
lucky,
or-
if you're lucky, this last Black Friday was crazy but they were all like first year release titles for the most part.
Right.
And-
But yeah, that's rare too with Nintendo anyway. So it's a struggle. Take advantage when you can
I
if
feel-
you're
I
into
feel
this
like
stuff.
with
I
Nintendo?
wouldn't pay for any membership at GameStop because I'm not sure how long GameStop is going to be there.
Yeah.
So I'm not paying for no year membership for nothing with GameStop right now.
Don't give them your money for nothing.
Yeah.
No pre-order.
I'm not putting a pre-order in there.
I'm sorry for
looking
anybody.
at their stock, man. Their shit's looking bad. I have tons of problems with GameStop as it is. I had their little membership for a long time. I have points accumulated. I can't log into that account. I think with all the shit talking I've done against GameStop, these fools have blocked me.
Wow.
Oh no!
I'm not even kidding, man. I try to log into my account, I can't log in. I get into contact with their customer service. We'll forward this to tech support, and then a half a year goes by, nothing, man. These guys, they fucking block me, and that's just they ain't getting nothing from me.
Dude, that's not the first time I've heard that before. I've heard there's another YouTuber that he was a GameStop employee for I think 10 or 11 years, and he got fired off of some bullshit. So he started a YouTube channel, but his channel blew up, talking shit about GameStop, and they came after him.
Got him.
They fucking came it was fucking crazy.
GameStop probably can't even log into your account.
Yeah,
so they probably don't even work with that.
We can't figure this shit out.
That's true. That's true.
So they probably don't even have a point system to give you anymore.
Yeah,
because they had a bad quarter, dude. They lost a lot of money.
Dude, they tried all types of shit. Remember what was it? A year and a half ago, when they tried the fucking rental.
That never happened.
I was like,
that happened for a month.
Oh my god,
that was very short lived.
That was super short lived.
I haven't even seen a new redesigned modeled store yet.
Well,
remember they said they were making them to be like
started
more,
doing that
like a lounge or whatever, and I haven't seen that over here at all.
In the city, they have it.
Yeah,
yeah, I've actually been to one. Yeah.
Well, they better rename the store, but because that's the only thing I got left for them.
The stigma of
Game Lounge.
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Rebranded.
They have to
start selling alcohol there, and you'll be good.
Yeah. Start
they gotta do like an internet cafe type of shit, like where you can just go in there and fucking
alcohol and weed games.
Yeah.
No, honestly, it'll be some straight hipster shit.
People will fuck with that.
Exactly, people will. They'll be like, oh wait, hold on, I can drink and smoke and play video games here.
Done.
You have to have a twist on that kind of shit, because internet cafes, I don't know about in your guys' location, but in my location, they were big for a while, and they all shut down.
They don't make money. They don't make any money.
It's they're not making money, because a lot of them, the ones I went to, there was one where they'd have PS3s, Xbox 360s, and top of the line PCs and shit.
Right.
And it would be the kids from high school and middle school going there to play. They got a few bucks, whatever. They'll get their hour of play, But those places, they would make their money off of selling snacks and shit.
Yeah.
A lot of the ones around me anyway. And then you would have the ones where it was just straight internet cafe, just PCs. Who the fuck doesn't have a PC? But I could understand the appeal for some who are like, you know what, my PC's not powerful enough to play this game. I want to check it out.
Right.
But you're not gonna get that long-term business off of that. So a lot of those places closed down. So if GameStop wanted to reinvent themselves and do something like those lounges that they were, those little leaks and the ones that were opening up where they would have you could test some games. That's not unheard of, man.
Right.
Game Crazy used to be out here, and you could say, hey, I want to test this game. They'll pop it in the system for you.
Yeah.
But then what happens is you have these dudes that maybe 33, living with their mom and shit, don't know how to take showers. They're hanging out in the store all fucking day, smelling like onions and shit, just playing video games.
Yeah.
And the company ain't making no money from that.
Yeah.
True. They're keeping people away.
You have to, if you were to have an adult lounge and you had that alcohol license and that whatever location, weed license, whatever, recreation, whatever it is. I know it's different in every state.
Right.
Come on in, buy a hit, buy a fucking couple beers, play some games.
Yeah.
It could work, but I don't think that's the image they would want to go for. But they do have to find something. If they want to bounce back, and they haven't done shit, dude, especially not around me, man.
They tried everything. They tried the rental. They tried the fucking retro games. I remember that the last time I was there. The GameStop a few months ago. I saw retro game systems and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, man?
They got to do something where you can monetize and pay them monthly for some type of service.
They have to.
I don't know what it is, but they have to make money from people and not take a seat in their store for it. Because there's only 20 seats, 30 seats you could possibly put in a store like that. And if that's filled up, your money is dead.
It'll turn into a bar.
No, I know. But you have to have a way to make money continuously
Yeah,
without
absolutely.
filling out your whole store up. That's why they're gonna fail if they try to.
You know what sucks? I remember last year, one of our friends gave each of us a fucking GameStop gift card,
Gotta use that shit quick.
and we were like, I was
No,
like,
no.
fuck, man. You know, like it's a gift, so you're grateful to get it.
That's just a time bomb.
But
That's
it's a
time
fucking
bomb.
GameStop. I'm like, I don't want to fucking walk in the store. I don't want to go in there. Fuck.
It's a time bomb. You gotta use that shit as soon as possible.
Yeah,
before
yeah.
the shit's done.
So
Yeah.
the only thing where you can save money right now, Amazon with this pre-order thing. And as sad as that is with the $5 savings, that's how bad it is right now as far as saving anything off.
I'd
these
rather
games.
wait.
It's better than nothing.
Better, yeah.
Or
it's-
wait.
Either if you're gonna
If
buy
you got
these
to have it
review
on
them-
release,
It's better than
Yeah.
nothing.
if you
Yeah.
got to have it on release, that's the best it's gonna
Yeah,
get.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
If you need to review these things that first day,
Fuck
just
it.
get some like
Mhm.
stream time in
Mhm.
right away.
$5 it
You
is.
save your $5.
Hey, man.
But other than that,
$5. That's it.
Yeah.
wait. Other than that, wait and get the savings that way.
Let us know what you guys think, though.
Exactly.
All right, and then of course,
Byleth.
Byleth.
Byleth. It sounds like a Jamaican.
Byleth.
Byleth.
So, Byleth is already the most disliked Smash Ultimate character reveal yet. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, according to YouTube and their dislikes and likes, obviously, you can tell on there that it has been disliked because of what we did as a community, as a gaming community. Not what Nintendo did. Nintendo did nothing wrong here. What the gaming community did on YouTube and everywhere else.
Yeah, they hyped up all this other stuff. They were like,
They made the choice
Mhm.
of what they wanted. And whenever a toxic community does that and builds it up to a certain point, and you get to the point where it actually happens and it's not what you have falsely made in your head off of what reasoning, I don't know. But when you make it so you say, oh, this is going to be the character. Like they said, Dante is going to be the character. And they made it in their head like, this is going to be the character that's going to make everyone happy. We want this to be the character. And Nintendo's like, man, listen, we have made our choice months ago.
Long time ago.
And you have no impact on what we're doing with our game.
Right.
Wait for us to do our release and then get hyped up or not. That's what we do. Don't hype up a false thing and then wait and then get mad because it's not what you made up.
Yeah.
And that's not the first time this has happened. It's a constant problem with anything. Like, okay, next Nintendo Direct, what are you gonna do? Let me see. Metroid has to be there. Like, stop it. No one has any clue what's gonna be on these things.
but at the same time, they fucking they said that they have another pack of.
No, they have more characters.
You know, they have
Yes.
more
But
characters
But this is
coming.
going
So
to
it's
be,
like,
listen, from this point on, it's going to be disappointment after disappointment after disappointment if we keep choosing these characters before they come out.
Well, the thing is with the thing is, yeah, he's the most hated now. I don't think he's going to be the most hated when he's released.
Dude, he's not even the worst character.
No.
he looks sick.
No, his moveset is insane. Like, you have a game like Smash Brothers Ultimate that has over 70 characters. I'm going to say that one more time. Has over 70 characters in the fucking game.
Wait, how many?
70 plus.
That's
And you're
70.
going to say shit like Fire Sakurai after this Fire Emblem character, which has been the top selling Fire Emblem game in console history. Like, it's easy math for them to do that. And of course, which is a smart thing to do. Okay, yeah, we're probably going to get some backlash for releasing a Fire Emblem character. But guess what, guys? We got 6 more unannounced characters on the way for you ungrateful fucks.
and they're all Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah,
Every time
I know.
If they're all if they are all Fire Emblem characters,
I'm a
gonna
Fire
flip.
Emblem fan. If they did that, I would laugh at everybody. They're like, fuck all y'all for hating.
says
But
the
listen,
Fire
You
Emblem
got
fan.
70 plus characters.
This isn't even the worst Fire Emblem character.
I'm gonna be bad,
No, they had-
but I'm gonna use it.
There's like 3 characters from Fire Emblem that shouldn't be in the game.
Exactly.
I can agree with that, but guess what? There's 70 characters in the game. I'm not complaining that Alucard wasn't a character in the game.
I am.
Zero from Mega Man X should have been a character in the game. Bomberman should have been in the game, but they're assist trophies. Whatever. I got tons of characters to use.
Listen, in the chat, they said Cuphead was a better release for this
I
announcement.
will agree. To be honest, Cuphead would be
I was excited.
phenomenal. Cuphead would be phenomenal.
I wish
but-
he was a main character, like an actual character.
But when you have this many
looks good.
fans of video games in general, you're gonna have people be like, "Yeah, this would have been better. This would have been better. That would have been better." I can go on too because I'm fans of other game franchises. Also,
But this is what I think that got people more mad. I mean, I haven't seen it brought up, but I remember Sakurai saying that the characters that are in this aren't going to be from Nintendo games. I remember him saying.
I think he switched it because of the leaks. I think he switched it because of the leaks. Because
And then when they
everyone.
switched it up.
I think he switched it because
Because he originally said that all these next characters aren't going to be from Nintendo, so don't get excited and bring up Nintendo characters.
Because remember, it was Terry Bogard. When Terry Bogard was leaked, because there was a little SNK licensing thing on the thing, they were like, it's Terry Bogard and then Ryu Hayabusa. That's what they said. Oh, shit. It's Terry Bogard and Ryu Hayabusa. And they probably were like, yo, they know what's going on. Switch that shit. Okay? Let's give him Byleth. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what's going on. And then we'll put Ryu in the second game. That's the best thing that to me. There's leaks everywhere. Crash Bandicoot, Sora, whoever else.
It's all
somebody knows something. And I think it got to Nintendo and they were like, give him Byleth. Yeah, we'll get some backlash. But guess what? They're going to buy the second pack because we're going to hit them with either Crash Bandicoot or whoever the fuck they want.
Bro.
And that's how it works.
Dude, there's YouTube channels that just exist because all they do is just make fucking leak like.
And I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it, and the people complaining are going to buy it too. So shut the fuck up. We're all going to buy it.
The problem with this shit is it's the type of games now, man. DLC and all this stuff. Smash Bros could have been a thing where it's like, this is the set of characters. That's it. We're not adding anything. This is the game you're getting for the money you're paying. But now with the day and age, I'm not against people speculating. It's the fandom. I get it.
I have fun with it. I have fun with
speculating or saying, hey, I wish this character would be in there. But here's the damn problem: is these self-entitled fucking people, man. It's not your art.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not.
Facts.
It's somebody else's.
Yeah.
It's their vision.
Yes.
I can't stand, like, you put out a game, if it's a booty ass game, people aren't going to buy it.
Right.
You'll have some people, but then people spread the word. People aren't going to buy your booty ass game. But even if you make that booty ass game and it was your vision, that's your fucking vision. That's your art. Yeah, it's a consumer product. But at the same time with Smash, there's such a huge fandom for it. It's like, dude, you're gonna call for the guy to get fired because there's more Fire Emblem characters than there are Zelda characters.
Right.
Like, give me a
Zelda
fucking break, man. It's Nintendo's game. They're gonna do what they want, and unless they ask you for your input and say, okay, these are the characters, what you guys voted on, these are the characters that are gonna be in it, you got nothing to say.
Right.
Like, you could speculate all you want.
Yep.
You're gonna be. You said it fine. There's 70 characters. What the fuck more do you want? Anything else you get is just a bonus.
Yeah. Like, what game can you say has 70 characters from other video games? From other video games to choose from.
I was gonna say Suikoden.
Don't even start. I'm talking about a fighting game.
The only thing that rivals Smash is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That's it.
That's
Now, what,
close.
60?
That's
40?
it.
That's
60, like 64.
And that's a lot of characters.
That's still
right?
a lot of characters.
And when you spend $60-something on the game, right? They didn't announce any of these deals. You didn't know who the fuck was the DLC yet. You had no idea. You bought it based on who they said that was in the game.
Exactly. And they said everyone.
Everything else is icing on top of it, like cherry on top, So it's like, especially when it comes to Fire Emblem 3 Houses, that game is so like incredible and did so well. You have to have some sort of representation in that game. Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 characters from Fire Emblem that should not be in that game. I agree with that. I get it. But as far as 3 Houses, no, there's got to be somebody in that game.
I can understand the people. Oh man, like more Fire Emblem characters. I think Nintendo's just. I'm not a big Smash person. I do enjoy the game, but to me, I'm kind of middle ground. I don't give a fuck. But it's like Nintendo. They're very like analytical with certain things.
Yeah.
And
They're trying to sell Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
they're trying to sell Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Fire Emblem was never a franchise in the States until back like when was like GameCube, Wii, like
GameCube, Path of Radiance.
Yep.
And it didn't sell that well. I remember that shit being clearanced out at freaking Toys R Us for $5, and I bought a few copies, took them to GameStop, got $20 each for them.
That's a hell
at
of
the
a
time.
deal. That's a hell of a deal.
Damn, like, and that was the deal. I'm taking advantage of. It wasn't a franchise, U.S. citizens grew up with,
Right.
and not until later on. So now Nintendo's like, you know what, the 3 Houses is doing well. Previous installments, what was it, Warriors, stuff like that. They're doing decently well. I mean, yeah, you're gonna try to put some hype on that franchise. So putting more Fire Emblem characters, not gonna be for everybody, but you don't have to participate. Like, that's it.
Right.
Like, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
But I understand, man. people are crazy. It's when it gets toxic and the bullshit with people need to be fired. People need to lose their job.
man.
Like, that's
cancel-
what bothers
Starguy
me.
is like, listen,
Cancel
Disappointed.
culture, man.
he's like, y'all want to fire me? I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I want my vacation. I'm done with y'all.
All you want. You have the right to be disappointed, but not everybody else has to be disappointed just because you are.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Facts.
It's like everybody being offended over every damn little thing. There's no reason for it.
Right.
You don't have to be offended because this person was offended. You don't have to be disappointed because this person was disappointed. Me, I seen that character. I saw the trailer. I said, that's kind of cool, man. Like, cool. Some Fire Emblem representation.
Yeah.
They're amping it up a bit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, what's the problem? Then I see all this. Like, before you, I'm like, what's going on with these crazy mofos, man?
Yeah, man.
Like, grow the fuck up.
And
Play
You
something
had to
else.
wake up at 5:00 in the morning. That's why they were so mad.
Yeah, right.
True, too.
But I'll tell you this much: I guarantee the same people that are complaining,
Oh, they'll be playing.
they'll be downloading them.
Yep.
They'll be cheesing everybody online, and they will be shutting the fuck up.
They'll exploit with them.
Yeah, they will
Hell yeah.
because he looks like a dope ass character. I ain't going front. He looks like fucking crazy.
I remember when you guys were watching the reveal, and I tuned in for a hot second. I was like, "Oh, great, another Fire Emblem character." Then I saw the moves. I was like, "Oh,
You know what?
It's got
It
some
changed
I'm
up the
not
gameplay.
even a
It did change up the gameplay.
yeah.
I'm not even a Smash player, man. But I saw that shit and I
Cool
was
character.
like,
Yeah.
that's actually pretty cool, man. I like.
I didn't
the,
see no
the-
cheap banjo moves.
Plus the stage that they have with it also turns into like 4 stages.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And one of the best soundtracks of 2019 is in that game. So
That's
it's like
awesome.
that's a privilege in itself. You
Listen,
know,
if
so-
they put him in the next thing, it would have been whack because the game would have been old by then.
That's what I'm saying.
They have to take
It's
advantage
smart.
of the sales that this game is
And-
doing right now.
And they probably leaked the 5th one. I'm telling you, they probably leaked it. They said,
Uh-oh.
"No, not put him in."
Listen, but there's financial reasons for this stuff,
Yeah.
and they're gonna make that money. People
Like you
are gonna
said.
buy. Listen, this game took advantage of the way fighting games are right now with the downloadable content
Absolutely.
and the season passes and all this stuff. Luckily, they are successall doing that.
Mhm.
Because Street Fighter wasn't as successful doing it. I mean, they got a
from
lot
the start.
of backlash
From
doing
the
it.
start, they all right. They had a horrible launch. Street Fighter had a horrible launch
But they picked it up.
But they
though.
picked it up,
But that's
and
the way
they're-
fighting games are now.
because of this, because
Yeah.
they're able to download the
Tekken.
new characters and Tekken also too.
Dead or Alive did it wrong.
Make the
Oh,
60
dude.
something dollars
Dead
I'm
or
spending on the
Alive did
game
it
worth
really
it.
wrong.
The DLC is entirely up to me to get.
Yeah.
You know, but just make the 60 something dollars worth it.
Right.
Okay, cool. I love this game. It's dope.
Everything
You're
else
gonna release
is-
DLC with tons of characters. It's up to me if I want to get it.
It's icing on the cake, man.
Yeah.
And there's characters I want. It wasn't the character I wanted, but I'm not mad at them for not
That's
bringing
always
the
gonna
character I
happen.
want.
It's always gonna
If
happen.
it-
yeah.
Always gonna happen.
If all these other 6 characters come out and my character's not in there, sure, I'll be disappointed. But I'll play as someone else.
If
man.
all right.
It's playing characters to choose
to,
from.
to, to, to end this, to not go on forever about this.
Yeah.
Ryu Hayabusa. All right, Ryu Hayabusa.
I want him in there.
I am dying for him to be in Pack 2. Okay, Ryu Hayabusa, the music from
I
Ninja
want the
Gaiden and all
music.
that. All right, if he's not in it, am I gonna say fire this motherfucker? No, I'm happy already with the game. I've been playing it for the past fucking 2 years. So
No,
I'm
you're
like,
gonna take your game and you're gonna snap it in
yeah,
half. You're gonna,
exactly.
throw it out the
Would I love him in it? Absolutely. I would
Yeah.
be fucking thrilled. But
Yeah.
if he's left out, he's left out. It is what it is.
I'll flush that cart down the toilet.
yeah. Throw it out the window. Drive
With
over.
this shit, the only reason that I could justify being outraged is like back with Street Fighter 4 when they sold DLC that was on the fucking disc.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's the only.
Oh, dude, I forgot
That's the
about
only time, in my opinion, as far as like DLC stuff goes. As long as, like you said, the game is solid and is a badass game from the get go.
Right.
Worth the money.
You got your money's worth and you're happy, cool.
Yeah.
But when you're doing the DLC stuff, as long as it's, I think these companies may have learned from that, but
Mhm.
that's something outrage worthy in my opinion. You're asking me to pay for something that's on this fucking disc? Get
Yeah.
out of here.
Give me my
Yeah.
Game Shark. I'm unlocking this.
Yeah, right? Anyway, we're going to move on.
Hey, it's the graphic that didn't pop up.
Yeah,
at the
I'm
beginning.
bringing it up now. I'm bringing it up now.
Damn.
There you
Bringing
go.
it up now. Yeah. And then we're back. And we're back.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Little 3-second intermission.
Yeah, that was a 3 second. Yeah, it was
So
a
if you had to
stretch.
go to the bathroom or anything, you should have
Yeah, yeah.
gone already.
Yeah.
I wore a diaper.
Same here.
Hey,
I'm
we're
sorry.
drinking beer. We're drinking beer. There's probably going to be some of that.
I'll be all right. I'll be all
Nah,
right.
I think I'm good.
Diapers, I mean.
Oh. Whoops.
You
There's
all
that.
right? Yeah. All right, so let's get into some questions we got from Mad Little Pixels.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, 'cause this is the
First
main
question I got for you, man.
Let me hear it.
Where'd you get the name?
event. Yeah.
Mad Little Pixel. It was a username that I've had for a long time. It was, I barely started a website, which I haven't really done too much with. I had aspirations of making a website back in the day. And that was all it was like, oh man, in my spare time, not as a job or anything, but I always thought like, I'm going to make this Mad Little Pixel website, and like kind of inspired by things like Game Facts at the time, shit like that, but try to do something a little more unique with it. That was the idea, and it never came to fruition. The name just stuck there. So when I started YouTube, the username was already there. And it was just like, all right, I'll fly with it, man. Like, that's it. Okay. Nothing special. It was like back in the day, like we would, me and a few guys from work, we always had this, like, we were dreamers, man. There's nothing wrong with that, but most of the time you dream about shit and never happens. But we would always come up with ideas, like a t-shirt company, a fucking clothing line, shit like that, right? Coming up with names and designs and stuff like that. And never really did shit with any of that. And that's kind of how the Mad Little Pixel thing came about. It was just like a thing where, not as a team of people or friends or anything, just me, like, man, I want to do something on the side, and just never did nothing with it. That's where it came from. Okay. Just a random boom, Mad Little Pixel, like 3 simple words just thrown together. That was it, man.
That's your brand.
Oh, that's cool, man.
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
How long you been doing YouTube?
Shit, what is it, like 3 years? Something like that. It's not been very long, man. It's been a few years. 2016, 17, somewhere around there, man. I'm not good with remembering shit.
Well, if you ain't listening like that, we wouldn't remember. Not offhand.
No shit.
I was like, what's my first video I put up? I have no.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I remember the first videos I put up weren't even anything that had to do with too much. I had another channel that was I don't even remember the name. I don't even know how to log in. But shit. I had uploaded videos to YouTube when the game Spore came out.
Oh, wow.
I was infatuated with the game Spore. I was like, holy crap, I love SimCity. I love all these types of games. Spore is going to be my jam. Like, this is going to be badass. It's kind of like,
yeah.
I still have the fucking game in the box. And it's like, man, the game was cool, but just nothing great. But they had like an in-game thing, like, boom, you click the button and uploaded a clip of your creature you created to YouTube. So that was like the first time, whenever that game came out, I don't fucking know, but whenever that game came out, those were my first YouTube videos. But as far as the Mad Little Pixel channel, the first videos I put up were just like not me talking. It was just like an arcade cabinet that I built from hand. Did all the woodworking and everything, painted it up all nice. Those were the first videos I ever uploaded. And that was more of, I was building arcade cabinets and selling them on the side. And it was like, hey, if you want to see this shit, like, there you go. Like, look at this video. And that was that.
We're very familiar with that.
Yeah.
Because we had what was it called? The attract mode and all that. That's when I first jumped into arcade, like that setup. Because they had the games and they had them the way it looked,
and they had the front end. And you had to, I learned about front ends, man. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, I hate them. I hate them so much. I hate front ends so much. God. I love the way they look when someone else does it.
Yeah,
I'm not putting a new game in that thing. I hate it. So you gotta have the picture. You gotta put this in the right spot. You gotta make sure the clip is perfect and it doesn't it'll repeat itself. Yeah, it's so much you have to do. But I mean, I'm sure once you get it down, you're like, oh yeah, I just put this in here and make sure I got the right thing.
It's a thing where some people want to get into that shit, and it turns into like, you get into these like, oh man, I want to set up a front end and emulation system, and just play these games. And if you get deep into it, and that's what happened to me initially, is I got deep into it where I never played the fucking game.
Yep.
It's just a project of like, how can I make this look nicer? How could I tweak this? Let me test this. So it becomes more of like a hobby where you're just like, you're building and you're working on things. You're not really enjoying it. In that sense of playing the games, you may enjoy putting the stuff together, but you can get lost in that, man, and take years. I know guys who are really deep into that stuff, and they've taken years to get to the point where they're like, I'm done. This is beautiful, but now I don't have time to play any of this stuff.
You know how many like emulation stations I've messed with or set up, and then it was like, oh, I deleted that whole thing. I got to do it again. Like, it's on that hard drive, it failed. I got to do it here, and I got to get the whole collection of this, and then I got to make sure it all runs perfect. Then you do it, and then you're like, oh, I got this retro pie.
Yeah.
I got to hook this up. I got
Something
to
else
set this
better comes
thing
out,
up.
yeah.
And I got to do the same exact thing I did on this one. And
Dude,
it doesn't even play as good as that one. So what am I doing with this?
The Shield TV. Remember when that shit came
Oh,
out?
yeah.
We got that shit. And I'm like,
forever.
I'm
We
like,
hooked
oh my
that
God.
thing up perfect and never even hooked it up to play anything.
Yeah,
else.
that's okay.
I got
was
a couple
the
questions
PlayStation
from
runs
the,
super smooth. And that was it.
Yeah.
Then it runs Dreamcast. Then that was it.
Yeah.
I got a couple questions from the chat.
What's up?
First comes from Pabstoban. This is from Mad Little Pixel. What content creators? What? Shut up, man. What content creators do you make the time to watch in your busy schedule?
Oh wow.
That's an interesting one, because being somebody who creates YouTube videos, I think that's kind of thinking like a little more. I don't know. That's crazy. I'm a creator.
That's okay.
Like, okay.
You don't have to be shy, man. Just tell them level 857.
not
Level 857. It's level 857.
Level 857.
Level 857 is fine. Just say level 857.
I create content, but no, I think that's funny. But no, I very rarely watch YouTubers. Very rarely. Like, I've been exposed to tons of YouTubers, but it's like I don't really watch too many. But there's a very small handful.
Level 857.
And yeah, I've been keeping your guys' stuff out, but I'm being honest. I don't watch a lot of gaming content, but there's a few. Bithead 1000 is just a freaking, like, he's not for everybody. That dude is fucking insane. But Bithead 1000, he produces videos that just, you're like, this is YouTube, man. This isn't no flashy, crazy shit. This is a man standing here talking about games and other shit too, but he's like one of the realest motherfuckers on YouTube. And I appreciate that, and I'm entertained by that more so than somebody being fake and acting excited about every damn thing that comes. I don't give a shit, man.
Right.
Like, there's people like, I'm gonna regurgitate the news every day, and it's like, I've dabbled in news, but I only dabble in news on shit that I care about, that I find interesting. I'm not gonna go cruise the websites and like, oh, Nintendo announced this, Sony announced this, oh, this leaked. Let me make a video on it, because it would be disingenuous. And you could really see content creator, unless you're like a 9-year-old or something. if you're a grown-ass man, you could tell when a content creator is disingenuous. So that's one of the, I don't watch a lot of creators, but Bithead 1000 is one of them. This is one of the most genuine guys out there. He will offend the fuck out of you if you're sensitive. But he's a brilliant creator. He's done a lot, like, very varied content. He did the clear Nintendo NES mod, where he, like, created a whole Nintendo system that was all acrylic and all. Like, it was a work of art. He did a Nintendo 64 that was made of metal and fucking shot out flames.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. I think I saw the acrylic one. I didn't.
Yeah,
I
he's done crazy shit, man, and he does a lot of ranting and stuff. And it's like you're. It's entertaining to me, because you're sitting there watching. It's like you're hanging out with this dude. And it's nuts. But he does a lot of varied content. He's one guy I'll watch everything he uploads. Another one would be like, as far as like more casual type, like kind of streamlined stuff, is Dashy Games. I've always loved Dashy Games, man.
All the time.
We watch it.
Fuck it. Me and my kids, man.
Yeah.
Dashy put out a new video.
Yeah.
We're watching. We'll
He ain't for kids.
Like, my kids, man, I raised my kids like, I was exposed.
That's cool.
Wrong, man, but like that shit, like, Dash, he's kind of censored himself a little bit, but he's enjoyable to me when you just want to sit and laugh at some bullshit.
Yeah, Dashy's hilarious.
So I watch Dashy, freaking Video Game Donkey. Watched him,
dude.
Like, he's just brilliant, brilliant motherfucker. And then like, as far as like Japanese stuff, like, I watch Sarumaru, great creator, very underrated out there. People need to check him out. He does a lot of cool stuff, streams all the time too. And then, like, as far as non-gaming stuff, I'll watch like active self-protection, just because I'm like really interested in seeing that shit. Like, videos, people like trying to rob motherfuckers in Brazil and shit like that. I don't know. It's interesting to me. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't even know who's on my subscription list. Like, I probably have a ton of people on my subscription list. But most of them are not video game creators. I'm not that interested. you really have to be somebody special for me to really care about. But I watch occasionally. Haven't really watched too much lately, but Alpha Investments, which is a guy that talks about Magic the Gathering, but talks the card game and other card games too. And I'm not into that anymore, but I find it interesting.
What is
he talks about the financial stuff. The financial stuff. It's a trading card game.
I know.
Like,
Magic the Gathering.
Right? But he talks about the investments and shit. It's weird stuff like that. I'm just intrigued by. That's about it. Captain Disillusion, he doesn't upload too often. I watch that.
I like his stuff too, man.
Yeah. Those are the kind of channels I like, man.
Okay.
Like, that's stuff. I used to be all about Dame Drops. I don't know if you watch any food channels.
Yep. I watch him.
Yeah.
And then he went off last year, and then he's back.
Yeah.
Something.
I'm moving out is all fake bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, channel's dying, man. Like, I got kind of turned off from that. But that's about it. Gas Station Encounters. That's another one I watch all the time.
Gas Station Encounters?
What?
I gotta check this out.
Gas Station Encounters is a fucking funny one, man. Like, they just, like, gas station owners and, like, the fucking cameras, like, they got open shit about motherfuckers walking in there stealing Snickers bars.
I gotta watch this.
That's great.
I'm writing this down right now.
Oh my god!
I'm taking a note of this.
If you just want a quick, like, simple, like, these videos are not very long.
Yeah.
They just laugh about some fucking person stealing from a gas station. Like, it's funny, man. It's funny shit.
That's awesome.
But that's about it, man. I mean, I know I got a lot of people on my subscriptions, but I don't really watch too much stuff, man. Maybe some off the wall shit here and there, but a lot of the people that I used to watch, they don't upload anymore. But yeah, that's about it. That's my content creator list of the stuff that I know I watch quite often, which, like I said, mostly would be like Bithead 1000, Sarumaru, Active Self-Protection. I watch that that dude uploads every fucking day. Gas Station Encounters I watch whenever they upload, and then Dashi Games. Those are my top ones, man.
Awesome.
Okay. Another question is for all of us from Retro Mended. Since this is his introduction to the Level 857 crew, he wants to know what kind of games we play when we're hanging out, partying, getting a little tipsy.
Oh.
That's a long list.
That is a long list, man.
Just give us
For a quick reference
of what we do on the channel.
If you check out our YouTube channel, it answers all your questions.
Pretty much.
But the short answers are Smash Brothers, Gang Beasts, Super Blood Hockey, Gears 5, Tetris,
Dragon Ball,
Crystal Crisis.
Wait, what the fuck is Super Blood Hockey?
Whoa.
Have you played Ice? You remember Ice Hockey for Nintendo? It's like a spiritual successor
with blood,
with a ton of blood.
8-bit.
What is that game called again? I got to make note of that.
Yes.
It's Super Blood Hockey. It's on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. Or just watch it on their channel. Yeah.
I haven't heard about it because Nintendo Switch and their fucking eShop is a travesty.
It's a disaster.
Oh, dude.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
They released over 1,400 games last year on that eShop.
Yes.
Xbox and the PlayStation, like maybe half of that, if that. Like Nintendo Switch eShop is a disaster.
You can't find anything.
It's like it's basically Steam.
We go through the store and try and pick out some good stuff because no one knows what the hell is going on there.
Pretty much.
Pablo Ban right here. He almost brought a tear to my eyes. He said, "Pour out some of your 40 for Game Tato."
Yeah.
Game Tato was like my all-time favorite YouTuber.
Yeah.
This dude was fucking just the greatest, man. But then he dropped off. I don't know what happened to the guy. Game Tato, man. If anybody knows this guy, Game Tato, like we're putting out like an Amber Alert for this motherfucker. I've been putting out an Amber Alert for this dude for a long time. Game Tato was the shit.
I never heard.
You know what?
Now I'm giving shout outs to dead channels, but the dude was amazing.
There's actually, I'm glad you said that actually, because there's another YouTuber that I haven't seen. He hasn't uploaded in the last like 2.5 years, and I used to watch him all the time. He was only up for like a year or two, and the name of his channel was Friendly AI, and the guy's name was Mike Colangelo. That was his name. Yeah, Mike Colangelo. But his channel was very fun. He did gaming news, and I always look forward to his uploads because they were just like he didn't care. Like he would just like fuck up and just like redo it, or he would just like You know, oh shit,
Just
I'm
roll with it.
recording. Oh fuck, my bad. He didn't give a shit.
And it's gone.
He was like really entertaining, and he hasn't uploaded anything. I looked on social media. I looked everywhere for him. And I
Baby
can't
mama
find it.
pressing charges.
I don't know. Yeah,
Baby
right?
mama pressing charges.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell
Baby
happened to
mama's
him.
drama. That's what
He
it is.
probably got a paying job.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
listen, I can't
Yeah.
do this no more.
I'm out of here.
Or maybe kid, whatever. Who knows?
I've seen him on other channels too. But literally, like, it just stopped. Like,
I'm
just-
sure
that's
you
it.
can make a whole list of people who
There's
dropped
tons
off
of people
and
that have
disappeared.
Yeah, I'm
There's a
sure.
lot- there's a
I'm
lot of
sure.
them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them out.
Most of the stuff I watch is tech on there, and get video games here and there. But
Yeah.
but as far as what we play, like that's gonna be mostly indies. What we direct on the channel is gonna be indie stuff,
Co-op.
Mhm.
indie co-op,
Indie
like
stuff
4
and
players,
co-op.
2 players, 3 players, whatever it is. You'll see it on here.
Yeah.
For the most part,
All
I
that
play
stuff.
some AAA stuff. You play AAA. I mean,
Yeah,
we play
yeah.
all the games
We
basically.
do some
but it's-
single
yeah.
player stuff, but mostly
You'll
we're-
see some Gears 5. You'll see some Children of
Yeah.
Morta. You'll see Police Stories. You'll see
Tetris.
River City Girls. You'll see Tetris.
Dragon Ball
see-
Fighters,
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Crystal Crisis,
You won't see no Minecraft. You won't see no Fortnite.
No.
You won't
Yeah.
see
No Fortnite.
Roblox.
Actually, you may see one Fortnite. I got one, but
You
you, won't
got a
see.
Fort? You record a
Get out of
Fortnite?
here, man!
You
But you
turn
won't-
code.
Turn his mic.
You
Turn off his mic.
Turn that mic off.
He's done.
Turn this man's mic
You
off.
won't see an actual Fortnite, so you won't see
Oh.
those types of games
Yeah.
on our channel, basically. So.
We old school.
And
We
don't
old
forget about Bombfest and Oxyjet.
school. Oh, word.
Oh shit, that's
Those are
right.
sleepers. Those
Hell
are
yeah.
sleepers.
Hell yeah.
Bomb
We play a
Fest
lot
and
of stuff that
Oxygen.
people
Yeah.
might not know about. So if you want to find out more about these games, check it out.
We got tons of videos for that stuff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that Super Blood hockey's got me intrigued.
yeah, he's,
Oh.
he's thinking about that. Like, yo, what is
Check
that?
it
What
out,
is that?
dude.
What's
It's
that about?
it's
Super
fun.
blood hockey.
That
It
is
is
straight up
It
ice
is fun.
hockey with blood. Like it's the
I see that, man. All these
Multiplayer is-
thumbnails. I typed in the name, and there's like 500 fucking videos. It's all the same thumbnail. But it's like, damn, okay, I gotta check this out. I'll find your guys. You guys did a video on it, right?
Yeah, like,
Oh, we
played
have
it?
two or
We
three,
did
like
two.
2 or 3 of them. 2 or 3 of them. One on the no.
I'll check
Two.
I'll check
one
that
on
out.
the way.
Yeah, one on the way.
Oh, there's still one on the way.
Yeah, one on the way.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
We gotta
I'll
change our
upload the
upload
videos.
schedule, man.
We will. We will.
Yeah.
We will. Keep watching.
We're like the
What the
eShop.
hell's an upload schedule?
Well, we have.
fuck is that?
Well,
No, I'm just.
I was like, oh shit, yo, you got me bad, man.
No, I'm just.
Yeah, you-
people are always
yeah.
like, "Oh, you gotta have a schedule." You got. I'm just like, fuck schedules on my own time.
Well, yeah,
Listen,
I wish it was like that for us,
real.
but it's like we have a group. We all have different, you know.
No, I know you guys gotta. You know,
It's like
I wish we
gosh.
could
if I was
finish and
working
put it
with
out.
other people, which I've tried in the past, as far as like, okay, let's do this, and it's like everybody's got to fit in that
Yeah.
fucking puzzle piece. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's got to fit timelines and everything. Sometimes shit doesn't work out the way you
Mhm.
thought it would, so you just got to kind of do what's best. I can't work with other people as far as like. I mean,
With schedules,
not
with
like
schedules.
this.
I got
Like
you.
this is something different, but as far as like producing content, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't work with nobody, man. Like it can't happen.
To each his own.
Everyone works different.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creative process is just varied across the board.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it just depends on the content you produce and what you're about. I mean, some things work for people, some things don't work for others. For me, I don't play well with others, so it's like you ain't gotta tell me what to do, motherfucker.
Oh,
I do what I want.
yeah, right.
I do what I want.
That's it. That's
When
it,
I
man.
want and how I want.
Well, it's definitely working for you, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I was gonna say, have you heard the news about GTA 6? That there's been proof of GTA 6 because of a tax return from a yeah. The tax is from a British fucking the Rockstar whatever in England
UK?
or whatever. They did a fucking tax return and they found
They
that
had
were,
to claim like
There's
they had to claim that they were actually in development
I got a
of
fifth. I can't hold it.
GTA 6. I'm like, wow,
Sorry, man.
now
what the hell?
Grand Theft Auto. This might be another controversial one that I talk about here, or I'm not going to go crazy because I'll rant and ramble forever.
Oh,
I don't care about Grand Theft Auto, and
oh shit.
like the Spider-Man 2 thing,
Okay,
you don't have to provide me proof. It's just a given. It's going to fucking happen.
okay,
Like we just know that.
right.
Grand Theft Auto, the problem for me is I've enjoyed them all, pretty much all of them.
Mhm.
I've played all of them, but I have this problem, man. A lot of people share the same thing
Mhm.
is you get into the game, you just start fucking around
Oh, yeah.
because there's too much you could do.
ADD.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
too much. I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy like open world stuff where it's like you just Like I know there's, you go along a path and do all the shit that you're supposed to, but I can't. I'm like, oh, I want to go blow this shit up. I want to go
man.
do this.
You know what's crazy?
And I can't play those games, man.
I have the same problem, but it depends on the game. Like,
that's true too. For me, that's true too. But it can be open world, but it's just got to be something that
grabs you,
like clicks with me. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Grand Theft Auto doesn't click with me in the sense where I get amped for it.
Right.
It's great. It's beautiful what they've done with those games, but I can't enjoy them. I just can't focus on it.
It's fucked up because it's funny you said that because was it The Witcher 3? Wild Hunt? I'm like, beautiful game, same thing. Beautiful game. It's awesome. But there's so many fucking side quests and shit. And the side quests are interesting. But there's so much shit to do. And it's like, fuck. I'll never beat the game.
Have you played Witcher?
I'll never beat that game.
Witcher, I'm one of those people, like, I love that setting. I love that style.
Yeah.
I love fantasy games, stuff like that, like, role-playing games and whatnot. The Witcher was never on my radar until Netflix. I'm one of those fools, man.
Yeah, dude.
I'm one of those fools. I watched it. I watched The Witcher on Netflix just because it was like, okay, there's nothing... and there's nothing for me to watch. When the hell is Castlevania season 3 coming out?
Yep, exactly. Respect.
I watched The Witcher and like I had my criticisms of the show because I came into it not knowing anything about it.
Yeah,
just
timeline.
Some of it the way they filmed it with everything jumping around and shit, and they don't clearly tell you shit's jumping around.
Right.
Like I caught on like that. Okay, this shit's doing some flashbacks. My wife's sitting there like, the fuck's going on?
I caught on to that like episode what, like
7, 6. Maybe.
No, it was like 2 or 3.
Well, you're a good guy then.
Yeah, I caught on to that like episode 2 or 3. I was like, oh, because people were dead, and then sorry, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stop talking.
It was kind of confusing.
I only saw 2 episodes.
It was confusing the way they pieced that show together, but it was entertaining as fuck. And I was like, you know what? Like, I dig this. It has its flaws, but I dug the show. So I was like, you know what, man? Like, I passed up on that Witcher 3 Switch Black Friday deals.
Right.
My last purchase, my last Gamers Club Unlocked purchase at Best Buy was The Witcher 3 for the Switch.
Oh, okay.
I start playing it. I'm like, what? I know there's a lot of Nintendo fans out there. I'm a big Nintendo fan. I start playing this, and I'm like, I own a PS4. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Why did I buy this game and pay like, it's what, a $60 game? I think I got it for like 50 with tax or something like that. But still, like, why did I buy this game? The complete collection, with all the DLC, the same package for the PS4 is $20.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep.
I own 2 copies of the fucking game. I have the Switch copy and the PS4 copy. Because after I bought the Switch copy, I was like, and I played it for a little bit. I'm like, this is intriguing, but why the fuck did I buy this? Like, I should have just bought PS4 first. Played it little nicer looking, a hell of a lot nicer looking and whatnot. It's a damn badass port for the Switch. Amazing that they did that.
Right.
They did what they did, and I know they're doing some improvements and whatnot, which that's cool too. But it's like, why did I fall into that? I'm gonna pay a premium for some shit.
Listen, unless you were gonna play it on the go, then there's no
and I
need.
didn't do that.
You know what?
This was a mistake for me. That was a mistake buying The Witcher on the Switch.
No, I think that was planned, man. Not on your part, on the marketers, like on the show.
Oh, the show is definitely
the fucking after. I've read an article. Actually, it was on our news a few weeks ago.
Witcher.
That when they released The Witcher 3, the sales of the fucking Wild Hunt Witcher 3 or whatever, not Witcher 3, the show, the Netflix show.
All of
the sales just fucking skyrocketed on all of them.
Like on Steam, it blew up.
Yeah.
They put it on sale.
Everywhere, man. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Even I thought about it. I'm like, shit, man, I gotta fucking go back and try to play it. I'll probably never beat it. But there's too much shit to do.
Stay focused. You gotta stay
There's too much to do in that game.
It's one of those games that after playing a little bit, I did.
Yeah.
It's one of those games that it's like, this is something I need to focus on. I want to focus on. And I know we kind of had like some pre-conversations the other day. That's one of them that's big for me. It's The Witcher 3, then like Dragon Quest 11 and Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Yes.
Those are games that I have to fucking play, and I have to make the time to do it. But I own so many games.
Right.
It's like there's no time to play all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta refocus. And those are games. Those, if anybody was going to ask, which they probably weren't, those are the top games that I want to focus my time on and just say fuck everything else.
And they're so long
Yeah, everything's like 60 hours nowadays.
Dude,
every single game that's
Fucking-
out is like 60 hours. I just finished Days Gone, which was amazing for PS4. That shit was 60 plus, and you know, even though I enjoyed it, you know, thoroughly, it was really like, holy shit, I'm ready for this to end. I got to start other games. And Devil May Cry was only like 10 to 15, which was very refreshing.
It's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, breath of fresh air. You know, I want to play some quick stuff, some quick things.
Red Dead Redemption 2, I put 92 hours. Or some shit
I'm not
like that.
touching that right now,
Dude. And I
Not
was
touching that
long.
right
I'm like, oh my god. And I was just doing just missions. That's it. I did no side missions, just straight
I'm
up
not touching
story.
that. Not right now.
And still,
They
it
want
took
you to
me
get your
forever.
money's worth, man.
I'll do it at the end of the
I
summer.
mean, I got my money's
I'll
worth. It
play
wasn't
Red
good.
Dead Redemption 2 at the end of the summer.
That's your game.
That's when you have nothing else to play.
You need
Play
to
that
take
fucking
like a vacation and play that game.
No,
Yeah,
seriously,
dude.
like a
you
whole
need,
week.
Yeah.
A whole
Deserted
week.
Island, I'm bringing that fucking game with me.
Play
I'm
the
doing
entire
everything.
You can beat that in 3 days.
Chill.
No sleep,
Yeah.
no food.
Yeah, man.
So I saw on your channel that you are a huge Final Fantasy fan, but the old school Final Fantasies. You don't hear that much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people think Final Fantasy started at Final Fantasy 7, and they be
Nah, fuck
really
that.
wrong. So out of the old school ones, which do you prefer, 2 or 3? Well, 4 or 6. I hate that.
4 or 6. I still call them 2 or 3 myself. Now, this is a controversial topic, but not really, only to nerds. But games in general, a lot of times, like, you equate a specific game with a time, a place, a person, type of thing. And Final Fantasy 2, which Final Fantasy 4, the memories I have of that game are just, I cherish them. You know how cheesy that sounds. I had a best friend at the time. His name was Jarrell, and I know we talked earlier about people naming somebody after a Superman character. And this dude, his mom was pregnant with him when the first Superman movie came out. She's like, "Oh, Jarrell, that's an awesome name." So his name was Jarrell, and I hanged out with him. He was a great friend of mine at the time. Reconnected with him a few years ago, but we were, you know, it was youngster time. Troublemakers, you know, we were fucking all over the place. But his older brother, he had an older brother named Tony, and he brought this game home, man. And we sat there and watched him fucking play it, and he named the characters after us, and you know, all that shit. We're sitting there watching him play Final Fantasy 2. And it was like, this is amazing, man. It was just that time, that place, those connections. Yep. And I got the game and was like, this like, when I play that game, I think of those times. So 6 is the better game by far. The characters, the story, everything involved in it. But 4, I hold closer to my heart than I do 6. But I do have a lot of fond memories of 6 as well. But 4 for me, or 2, whatever you want to call it, that's my favorite.
That's exactly what I tell you guys when you say, "Oh, Final Fantasy 3 is the best Final Fantasy," or whatever. And I'm like, but 2 for me holds a better place as far as those characters, the music, the way the game was, and it's not super long. So that game, at the time when I played it, same way you did, nostalgia gets me every time for that, and that's my favorite one. But I do agree that 3 was a better game. I know that it was a better game, but I don't play that as much as I would 2. I would throw in 2 and play that whole game way before I do 3. But
yeah, the amount of time it takes to play through 3, you could play through like the original releases.
Yeah.
2, you could play through like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. If you know what you're doing,
Before
you can get
you
through that game pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
Except when you get up to the
especially the US release, because the US release is easy mode on 2.
Yeah.
You can beat that game in like 10, 15 hours tops.
They remade it though.
But
how did you feel about the remake, the 3D one?
The 3D one, for the DS, I just recently bought a copy of that again because I haven't played it in a long time. But my preference is the original. Then after that would be the PSP version.
When they added the cinemas?
With the gear and all that. The where it's still that 2D like art style, but they kind of upped it a little bit. But still, it's the original's the best. The 3D version is great, but for me, it's the original, then the PSP version, then the DS version.
When I saw them redo the graphics and do the cinemas for the cinemas for the PlayStation 1 version, the anthology.
Yeah.
that made me really want them to just do what they're doing with Final Fantasy 7 with Final Fantasy 2 or 3. I would take 3 too, whatever. But I want to see them do that like a final polished one. They don't even have to make it crazy, but it'll probably take them another 10 freaking years to do it.
You know what it is about those two though? It's kind of like I don't know what it is. When it comes to 7, it's a perfect remake because you know the polygons, they look all ugly and shit. But there's something about the super deformed look that kind of just charm. Like don't touch it. Like there's something about it. Like if you make it look too real,
you don't like the phone versions.
Yeah, like if you make it look too real, I think it might just like take away from it. I don't know. That's just me. Like it's just something about it. That leave the pixel art the way it is, and I don't know. I
would be intrigued to see it, even if they made a movie about it. Just show me a show about something. Just give me that story.
But the characters in both of them, you know, I like 3 more than 2, but I would never argue anybody over 2 because 2 was fucking amazing. Both, just because part 3, a lot of people don't know, was 2 players. You could actually, the second player could pick a couple of characters in the party, and then the first player could do the same. Yeah. Me and Turbo 857, who's not here, he's at home taking care of a baby. We played that a lot, and that to me was just like, yo, this is incredible. Like both games are incredible, but I don't know.
The PlayStation version did that for 2 as well.
Oh, they did?
For 4, you could play 2 players.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did that with a buddy of mine. Not like maybe a few years back. We would chill and on the PS1 we would play Final Fantasy 4, 2, whatever you want to call it. Play it as 2 players.
That's dope. That's really dope.
That's cool. They did the 2-player on that, and then the PlayStation version of Final Fantasy 2 is it's the Japanese release.
Oh yeah.
So a lot more difficult. Like the US version on the Super Nintendo, you could beat the game and your characters in their late 30s in their levels, maybe early 40s, and you would have no problem beating the game. The PlayStation version, on the other hand, like you weren't doing that, man. You had to grind your ass, get as close to level 99 as you could.
Wow. Damn.
They changed some of this.
Yeah, it was a lot.
The Rosa get off the big whale. They took that.
They babied it up. They babied up the original release of that game for the US. They didn't think we could handle it, so they gimped it. They took out a shit ton, a lot of stuff with the game. They weakened the enemies. They made it easy mode. Final Fantasy 2 on the Super Nintendo is an easy mode role playing game, but like I said, that nostalgia for me. The characters, everything behind it, the music was beautiful. All that stuff just like just sticks with me on that one. But
What was your character in that? What was your favorite character in that one?
I know people say his name differently, but I call him Cecil. I know some people say Cecil, but Cecil.
I hate that. Hey.
We say Cecil, right?
We always called him Cecil.
Yeah,
when
say Cecil.
When they said his name in the 3DS, when it said Cecil, I was like, no. That's
like nails on a chalkboard.
That's not a name. That's not a name.
Cecil.
Cecil. I don't do the Cecil.
Yeah. Rydia, they said Yang. They said every name different than what I said.
Edge was Edge though, right?
Edge was Edge.
Edge was Edge.
But every name, I was like, I said everything wrong as a kid.
My childhood is ruined. No.
Yeah.
We have a question from the chat for us. From Nin in the Shadows. Yeah. Since we brought up Final Fantasy, he was asking if anyone has played Mystic Quest at all.
Oh gosh.
Mystic Quest.
Why would you do that to us, man?
Right over there, and it's. I mean, there's a history behind that game, and it is what it is. If it's one of your favorites, cool. But it was a game made to introduce U.S. gamers because they thought we were idiots. It was a game made to introduce the U.S. market to role playing games. It's even more baby mode than Final Fantasy 2 was gimped. Mystic Quest is just it's an introduction to role playing games. It's okay.
Wasn't Mystic Quest a Saga game or something? It was not. It wasn't a Final Fantasy game in Japan. It was something else. It was either a Saga game or it was a Final Fantasy Adventure game. Or that was Adventure was Mana. What happened?
I think they may have released that in Japan after us. I don't know. I'm looking that up.
It was definitely not a Final Fantasy title. They just crammed that in.
I'm trying to figure out which game that was.
Oh, it was bad. I mean, not to mess with anyone's favorite game, but it wasn't that great.
Stinks knows.
Everything was like a predetermined path. You just, it had some things going for it. You could see the enemies and shit like that.
That was an easy mode.
But let me. It was released in Japan a year after we got it. Really? It was a game made for the U.S.
Really?
It came out later. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if it came out as Mystic Quest or if they named it something else, but
damn.
Yeah, it came out about a year after.
That was
because it was made for us. They didn't want nothing to do with that.
That was a failed experiment with us. especially after you play Final Fantasy
People-
2, you couldn't go back to that. But I mean, if you were a kid, if you were mad young, yeah, probably that might be your favorite
Wait
thing.
a second, I think I know this game.
You should. I had it, and I was very mad.
Let me see.
Wait. Hey, this is-
See, I think people get get that one like
I've seen that.
they mix it up with the Final Fantasy Adventure and the Legends games on the Game Boy.
Yeah,
Were not Final Fantasy games. Like Final Fantasy Adventure was a mana game. The Legends games were Saga games.
That's what I
and
was
they had
thinking.
they all had that similar style of character.
Yeah, I definitely did not play. I know what this game is, but I definitely did not play it.
I almost rented it
Yeah, I never played it.
at Blockbuster.
you
I
missed
saw it.
you missed out, man.
I was my
Yeah.
first Final Fantasy was watching you play Final Fantasy 2 for Super Nintendo, and then the first one I played was Final Fantasy 3 with Turbo 857.
The first one I
Shadow.
played was Final Fantasy VII, and
That
not
was a
all
lot of
of it
people's first.
Same here.
because he played
Same
it.
here. Yeah.
And
How do you
then-
feel about how do you feel about the Final Fantasy 7 remake? And how does that?
For me,
Yeah,
that's another controversial topic. I don't care about. I don't want episodic content. And Final Fantasy VII is everybody's gonna. Well, I've said this so many times. They're gonna unsubscribe from me because it's my Final Fantasy game. I bought a PlayStation just for Final Fantasy VII, and I played the shit out of it. And I remember, the whole game. But it put me off because at that time I loved fantasy-based games.
I feel you.
Final Fantasy VII was not a fantasy game, in my opinion. There was too much technology. Final Fantasy VI teetered on the edge with technology. 7 took it to a whole new, this isn't fantasy anymore. And it just didn't
sci-fi.
work for me. I know it's a lot of people's favorites, but for me, growing up with the others, the NES versions, Super Nintendo games, the Game Boy games, 7 didn't rub me the right way, and I just didn't really care for it. So when I see everybody's all up in arms for this new remake, more power to you, especially if you really enjoyed the original game. Now, I'm not buying it. Reason being is because it's not a full game. I'm not doing that shit. You ain't getting me. you ain't getting me with that episodic bullshit. I'm not doing it.
I don't blame you.
However, what
You know what?
I'm not doing it.
I can agree with you halfway on that because I remember. It happened to you with the
Telltale. My Telltale. stories.
Yeah, it happened to Sticks with Telltale.
Oh, that was almost devastating. It was almost devastating. When they said we're closing shop and we're not getting the title, I was like, no.
Yeah,
That was 7 years of life.
but I mean, it took them how long just to get this episode or whatever? Like how many?
I mean,
years?
it's gonna be it's a 40 hours, 50-hour game as it is. It's just different. It's different. It's not it's not the full game that you.
With how long they've been working on this shit, it's gonna be like another 2 years. Part 2 comes out. It's gonna be on the fucking PlayStation 7.
Which makes sense for Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. But for me, it's cool when companies do remakes and shit, but they have so many franchises they could be going back to and making sequels to. Chrono Trigger, freaking Parasite Eve, fuck Final Fantasy VII. Give me something new.
Shining Force 3.
But I know
That's not new.
there's tons of people out there who are amped for it, but I'm just not me. I mean, I know it looks like it's a beautiful looking game, but I have my qualms with that. It's not a complete game. And like I said, they're sitting on too much that they could be doing with, and
So you're
just the way it goes. They got to make that money, and that shit's gonna make money.
I'm actually
There's no doubt about it.
I'm halfway with him on that because I don't think that's the best Final Fantasy by any means.
No.
I don't. I
Final
honestly
Fantasy 7?
Yeah, it's not the best Final
because it's
Fantasy
not my
by any
first
means.
Final Fantasy.
And the episodic
it's not
thing does
first,
rub
so.
me the wrong way. However, it does look fucking beautiful. It does look gorgeous. If you're a fan of
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7, you're gonna be a big fan of whatever comes out because everything, the presentation to the music to the characters, the voice acting, everything looks beautiful. But that is not the best Final Fantasy. I was not into Final Fantasy 7 story reasons. I was like, okay, that's cool. I use Cloud in Smash Brothers. He's cool. Whatever. This, and that. But I'm not. I'm a Fantasy Star guy. I'm not a Final Fantasy guy. So it's like.
I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why people want this or believe that this is the best Final Fantasy, because it's the same way how we feel about Final Fantasy 2.
Exactly.
At the point when that came out,
They
that was
grew
the
with that.
first.
Yeah,
that was
they
their
grew with that.
childhood,
Absolutely.
and it was the first
And
one.
I don't fault anybody for that.
Yeah,
It's all
that's fine.
it's not a bad game. It's just it wasn't my style.
Yeah.
That's not what I grew up with and not what I was into. It's not a bad game at all. I enjoyed it. I played it, but it's not my favorite. But then you when people ask me what are your favorite Final Fantasies, and it's like 4, 6, and 10, people are like 10.
10 was dope.
And I'm just like, dude, 10 was dope to me.
I did.
Like that's
Dude,
I really enjoyed 10.
10
why
was
doesn't
dope.
everybody? I didn't like
Which
10.
one was 10?
10 was
Titus?
You hate on the
Titus.
Oh, I don't be liking them characters.
I didn't like the
You didn't
characters
like
either.
Orin?
I don't like
No.
one with the stupid arm.
No, man. And the sling.
Listen,
for some reason 10 just captivated me. I don't know why,
A lot
but
of people
it did. That blitzball shit that
Yo,
a lot of people hated. I was
yo.
addicted to that
Dude,
shit. I was addicted.
I
Me
stopped
too.
after that.
Because
Me
it went
too.
back. Listen, because it went back to fantasy. If you're a fan of Final Fantasy and a fantasy element of those games, that brought it back. I mean, 9 did too. Obviously,
Yeah, but
that was at the end, the tail end of PlayStation. Though.
how
Not
come
a
no
lot of people
one?
did
How
that.
come no one talks about Final Fantasy Tactics?
Because it's not a Final Fantasy.
Tactics is a great game.
Exactly, it's
It
a
is.
great fucking game, man. Nobody,
it's a
nobody
strategy
talks
game.
about
On
it.
the PlayStation, the PlayStation 1, that's probably my top played game.
Yes.
Was Final Fantasy Tactics.
See, 7.
Beautiful game.
7
but
opened the doors.
It doesn't fit in the.
yeah, there's a lot of
What
people's
about-
top played games, but it's not in the Final Fantasy.
It wouldn't
I
come
get
up
it.
in
I
that
bet. I get
conversation,
it.
yeah.
I get it.
Has anyone played Legends of Dragoon? And does
No.
anyone think it deserves a remake?
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
sure. it does.
I did. I had. We
But
But
had
it
it.
would be too big of a game to make right
Yeah,
now.
we had that. I
It would
remember
that. I
take
never
10
had
years.
that,
to-
right?
No, I never had
No?
Legend.
I
No.
had it.
No, I know about it. It was Final Fantasy, but
Yeah.
it was a different. It wasn't Final Fantasy, but it was like Final Fantasy 7, but
I-
fantasy type and dragons and stuff. And I just never had time. For
I
it.
couldn't get into it.
I don't think I
man.
played it before.
No, it looked good. It just didn't have the pedigree that I was looking for with all the role playing games that they had on that system. It just
Oh, I've
wasn't
seen
one
this
that I had.
game. Yeah, a lot of people said a lot of good things about it. I never played it before.
Yeah.
I never played it before. Because you had
I
the
played it,
PlayStation.
but it's not memorable to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
I don't
here.
remember the game.
Hmm.
I know it. I know it by name. I know the cover
Mhm.
for the disc. I know all that, but it's not in my brain
You know what it is?
at all. And I played it.
You had the PlayStation. We owned the Saturn. So a
Yeah.
lot of the PlayStation games I only played through him.
Hmm.
And all the Saturn games like Legend of Oasis, Shining Force 3, House of the Dead, all those I played.
Resident Evil 2.
Yo, they need to
Wipeout,
remake.
I had the
Castlevania.
PlayStation.
Those.
Those
Oh,
are
yeah,
the
you got
bad
those.
They need to remake Legend of Oasis.
Legend of Oasis,
They ain't
they
doing
needs a rebirth.
Yeah.
That was
They ain't
pretty
doing
dope.
They ain't doing
I know,
I'm
but
a
it
Saturn
was
guy.
fire.
I know you mentioned being a Fantasy Star fan. I'm amped for that freaking Fantasy Star Online, whatever that new one is that's coming out, man.
Yeah.
That ain't Fantasy Star.
Don't hate, don't hate, don't hate,
Stop
don't
it.
hate, don't hate.
Anytime the name,
It's not Fantasy Star, and even like Fantasy Star Online for the Dreamcast, those weren't like, they didn't really feel
That's Monster
as
Hunter.
Fantasy Stars if you played them, but I enjoyed the fuck out of Fantasy Star Online.
Me too.
Oh no, we
and
played
the
this,
Dreamcast.
we played the hell out of
some
them.
run out of it.
We played the hell out of those games.
Yeah.
Because they were like the first Monster Hunter.
And then when they brought back the
Yeah.
music from part 1, we went ape shit.
That
I
was
was like,
dope.
yo, they put the fucking music from part 1 in there. I'm like, oh
But
my
we were-
god.
But we were always angry that it wasn't an
Yeah.
actual
Yeah.
like Fantasy Star 5 or whatever. Like
Yeah.
we were so mad that world wasn't like the same one that we wanted.
Fantasy Star is one of the greatest
Yeah.
role-playing series of all time. And
That's forgotten.
It's so forgotten.
It's forgotten.
And it's people don't know about that.
Our
It's got-
gold star system.
yeah. Palma.
You know what's really funny?
Octavia.
I didn't. The first Fantasy Star I played was Fantasy Star Online.
That's
Yo,
crazy.
Fantasy
See,
Star
yeah.
1 is dope.
It's still good.
It's still good.
Fantasy Star Turbo 857 who's not here.
He's in
bought
the
it-
chat though.
Oh, Turbo 857. You know, you bought Fantasy Star 1 on the Switch.
On the Switch, yeah.
On the Switch. Where they show you the map.
Wow.
It still holds
It
up.
still holds up.
It still
Man,
holds
shit
up.
Okay.
Still holds
If
up.
you like,
fan.
if
He's
you
a
like
fan.
Dragon Quest, like old school. ones,
Well, he
obviously.
likes Dragon Quest. So.
But
Yeah.
it's like that. But it was so polished. But when it came out, and that was like what 87, 88, like
Probably.
maybe even earlier.
Fantasy Star 2, one of the most frustrating games of all time, but still one of the most impactful role-playing games I've ever played. One of the best soundtracks I've ever heard.
Fuck that game.
Skip Fantasy Star. Skip Fantasy Star 3. Go right to 4.
Oh
But,
yeah,
like
do
yeah,
that.
those are awesome games, and no one knows about them. It's a damn shame.
They are.
So as far as your like, you played a lot of like on your emulation stuff. Did you play it for the arcade stuff or for the old school stuff? Primarily
Arcade stuff.
Arcade. Okay.
Ah,
Primarily arcade stuff, yeah. Because the reason behind that, and I'm all for emulation, it got me back into wanting to play, a lot of old school games. But as far as emulation goes, for me, it's more of a tool to play games that I don't have access to otherwise, which would be mostly arcade games.
Okay.
Mm.
Like that Simpsons
Okay.
game. Like,
Yo,
That's all I got.
y'all still sleeping on Metamorphic Force?
Metamorphic Force.
Yo, he popped that out of nowhere. Yo, he said, Metamorphic force?
No, basically, yeah. No. It's an arcade. It popped in my head once he said arcade games, because it's funny because the only time I ever played this game was in Las Vegas at GameWorks.
Just to quickly explain what that is.
It's like Altered Beast made by Konami, 4 players.
Okay.
Well,
Like the Ninja Turtle engine.
I'm looking up this right. I'm looking this up right now. Metamorphic force.
Yeah, look it up on YouTube.
As far as those 90s arcade games or whatever, which ones do you go back to all the time to this day? And which ones have disappointed you the most when you went back to it?
Disappointment, none.
Really?
Because the games I've gone back to would be stuff like Blood Bros, Sunset Riders.
Sunset Riders was ill.
Sunset Riders is dope.
So ill.
And the Samurai Showdowns, except, see, here's the thing, like Samurai Showdown, I love Samurai Showdown, but I played Samurai Showdown 3 in the arcade, so it was never a game I wanted to revisit, because when it was released in the arcade, I was like, this doesn't feel right to me. But yeah, as far as old school games on the arcade, Snow Bros, Blood Bros, Sunset Riders, Bad Dudes, even though Bad Dudes is a bad rap.
Yeah.
Bad Dudes.
I love Bad Dudes. There's so many of them, man. Like I love the arcade, and I still do.
Are you a Double Dragon fan?
The what?
Double Dragon.
Double Dragon?
You a fan of that?
NES versions, yeah.
Yes, okay.
that was fun to play, man.
That's one of the best games ever made.
It.
Yeah, part 2.
Double Dragon 2 is
Double
one of the
Dragon
best
2 is
games.
my shit.
Yeah.
But the one game I went back to and played on an emulator that I thought was amazing when I was little, and it was complete garbage. And you might not agree with me on it, because I've said it before, and I've gotten some fights from y'all.
What happened?
Wait,
X-Men.
That's not.
Oh, come on, man.
What? Wait, stop. Wait a second. Wait, what?
Come on.
What?
The arcade X-Men, the 6-player one.
You did not like it?
I do not like that now. Back then, I did. It is complete trash now.
What?
He said
I
complete
can't say complete
trash.
trash.
When have you played it?
The
have you played
graphics.
it? Have you played it this decade?
Hell yeah!
Yes,
Hell yeah! You
absolutely.
crazy?
Really?
Yeah. I played. Yo,
Absolutely.
I played it last year.
The game is dated, but it's still an amazing game.
I'm not gonna say complete trash.
Welcome to
that's
Die.
something
Are you serious?
I
Wow.
told you it was gonna happen.
What about Captain America and the Avengers?
Yo, I would still rock that game.
That is still dope to me.
That is a good game.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Quicksilver.
Super Nintendo version is absolute trash.
Genesis version was better.
Yeah, Genesis was definitely better.
Yes.
Super Nintendo unplayable.
I don't know why.
Arcade, perfect.
Even the music was better on the Genesis.
Yeah,
There was so many more fighting games like beat 'em ups in the arcade that was so much better.
Cut his mic.
Wow.
See,
No,
that is what I'm saying.
I can't.
Don't even want to
Dude, I can't co-sign
Don't
with you
even
on
wanna
that.
listen.
Like,
When
no, I'm
did
listening.
that
No,
come
but
out?
so name
Because-
a few. I need you
How
to
many
name a few.
Sentinels do I have to beat? That was the only enemy.
That's the
in
X-Men, man.
game.
There's always Sentinels.
That's the only enemy in the game.
No, there were mad lizard men in one level.
It was
And
so
then they went
repetitive.
back to
It was
Sentinels.
So repetitive.
Now,
It was so repetitive.
he's got something though, because it's a great game. But when I go back to these arcade games, it's probably one of the last ones I want to play in that style, because there was so much better.
That's different than saying it's absolute trash.
It's one of
You
the
said
worst.
absolute trash.
It's one of the bad beat 'em ups.
I can't.
If you put it up to all the best ones.
I can't. I can
Wait,
never.
That's a different argument than saying it's absolute trash.
I
I
can't.
don't play it.
I
I'm not
can't-
gonna play it.
I can't even.
I prefer Ninja Turtles over it. Yes, I
Yeah.
do. But is it absolute trash?
It's
No,
it's
not
pretty
absolute
trash. It's pretty
Still
trash.
playable.
I can't say
Is
it's
it dated?
trash.
Yeah, it's dated. Absolutely, it's dated. But it's
I
not
listen, I'm not-
trash.
My opinion. That's all.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Cut his
You're entitled to
mic.
it.
That's all.
Absolutely entitled to it.
It don't have to be right. That's my
God.
opinion. That's one of the worst beat 'em ups I played.
Shout out to Overthink Gaming in the chat. What's
Oh,
up?
shit.
What's up,
That's
Open
good,
Day?
man.
What's good,
Listen,
brother?
I know I'm getting it in the chat too. I know.
Overthink said X-Men is still great. Holla.
Thank you, sir.
Y'all need to chew him up in the chat.
Yes, take care
I'm a
of him.
comic fan. I'm an X-Men fan. I love X-Men.
Get at him. Get at him. Go.
Dazzler? No, come on, man.
Don't sleep
Come
on
on,
Dazzler.
man.
Oh wait, hold on. Wait a second. Retro Man wanted to ask if Styx is high.
Not high.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Ain't no next man.
Wow.
Shame. thing.
Dude, man.
Oh my god.
Joe, you got the fucking chat riled up, man.
Did I not prefix this before
They're all
I said
angry.
it? Did I not prefix this before I said
You
it? I
got them
told
all
you.
angry.
It's all in good fun, y'all. It's all in
Wow,
good fun.
man.
Yo, Ron, what was the actual first game that got you into games? What was the game that did it for you?
That's a tough one because I grew up with the Atari 2600. That was my first console.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know like the older crowd who watches me, or even some people who are, similar in age, they don't get it. But for me, I'm not nostalgic for anything Atari 2600.
Okay.
Nope.
Just doesn't do it for me.
Mm.
I don't want to play it.
Okay.
But at the time, I really enjoyed it. And there are games that I remember really enjoying. Snoopy and the Red Baron was awesome. Donkey Kong.
I feel like I had those.
Yar's Revenge. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was dope.
But as far as like around that time, what really got me hooked was like not even a console game, like Galaga in the arcade. That
okay.
really fucking got me hooked.
Oh.
But it wasn't like at that time. It was like I'm a kid. I'm playing these games. It's fun. It's great. But it was the NES that got me hooked, man. The NES, Super Mario Brothers, changing it up. Like you play, and that's a cliched answer, but it's fucking true. When you converted to the NES, when the NES came out, there was nothing like it.
Nah,
there was nothing
that's
like
true.
it.
That's 100%.
Dude,
True. That's what actually got me.
But it did have pinball and baseball. Like the original first games for Nintendo was pretty Atari-like
Yeah.
until Mario.
Yeah.
Brothers.
Dude, I remember the marketing for that and seeing the control pad for the first time. And I was like, going from the Atari 2600 to
Their
that
controls
was like
Yeah.
a big deal. I was like, how the fuck? How do you?
Yeah.
How
What
do
the
you?
fuck is
yeah.
this?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is it? It's like an alien fucking.
I was
product.
too young to mess. I was trying to mess with the Atari and the
Listen.
television at the time. I was just
Yeah.
too young. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And my brothers were, playing it. But when they had NES and they played Zelda 1, my mind was like, holy shit. And I'm not even the craziest Zelda guy. Like, I like, Breath of the Wild was dope and all that. But Zelda 1, I said, oh my fucking God, I need to play as soon as possible. I forced my way to fucking play Zelda 1.
I'm with you on the fact
Because
that I can't.
before that,
Go ahead.
no, before that, games were archaic.
Yeah.
Nintendo introduced stuff that had endings
Yes.
that
Yeah.
scroll.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
know there was implementations of that earlier, but not to the degree that they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really brought that meat and potatoes to gaming.
Mhm.
You weren't just playing for a score anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those early black box titles were Atari-esque,
Right.
but there was still a lot more to them. The colors, the gameplay, they were a lot more complex, and it really brought you into it. Atari, not to be forgotten by any means. That's my roots, but like that's history. That's the history of gaming.
Yeah.
But that leap from Atari to the NES
Monster.
was
Big.
groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Question: Does anyone?
I was just say something. I'm sorry.
No, we cut your mic.
Yeah,
We
right.
cut your mic.
That's it. Cut him off.
So I was gonna say I was with you with the Atari stuff because the reason why I couldn't get into those games was the controls, and they were bad controls.
Yeah.
On all
Stiff
of those
joystick.
games.
Yeah,
It
they
didn't
were-
even
it
matter
was a
what
mess.
it was.
Yeah.
The
The
numbers.
game could have been great. ColecoVision and Television, Atari all had stiff, bad controls.
Yeah.
And then when when they had the gamepad for Nintendo and the gamepad for Sega, I'm not sleeping on Sega either. But when they came out with those pads, that made the game playable to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
That's
was
true.
all that it had to do. That's all they had to do for me to get into it.
That's very
Yep.
true.
Just make it playable.
No,
It was that initial like, what the fuck is this? But when you got it in your hand,
Yeah.
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 it was
It made
It
sense.
was game changing.
it made sense.
Yeah.
Question: Mad Little Pimp wanted to know
I like that name, man.
how do you?
man.
Does anyone know how to hook up an Atari 2600 to a 4K TV?
Oh, damn.
What the fuck? Holy shit, dude.
I'm sure there's
Oh, you need
No.
to
There
be a
has
fucking
there has to be
engineer.
some sort of an adapter.
I'm sure there's an adapter available on Amazon.
man.
Just
You gotta
look
be
that
an
thing up.
engineer and
4K TV.
Or just buy a
Okay.
a collector's disc.
Look at emulate that shit.
Yeah.
Or hope for the
Buy
or
it.
hope for the Atari VCS to eventually come out.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh damn! Oh,
See what you did?
Ooh. I didn't know it was gonna go there,
Well,
but
no.
it wasn't even my question.
Listen, buy a RetroPie. Buy a RetroPie. It's $30. Don't buy a $400, $500 thing to play your old school Atari. I mean, you could if you want, but that price is outrageous. That price is crazy for a set top computer box. That's what it is.
that they've shown no games for. They haven't shown shit for that
No.
other than it plays old games. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a retro buy for $500.
You gotta have a lot of fucking faith. You have to
Yeah.
have a lot of fucking
Yeah.
faith to put money down on a brand new Atari VCS that nobody has any clue anything that's going on with it.
And the lead engineer fucking drops out and just disappears.
Mad little.
Lead engineer Fergal Mac was involved in that, wound up suing them.
Yep.
Those guys, man, they're just keep licensing your shit to other people. Let them make their little crappy products with Atari games on it,
Listen, it's
and
tough
just stop trying to scam people.
Yeah, man.
Mad little pimp is not happy with our answer. I'm sorry, like,
Oh,
dude, I'm
shit.
sorry. We don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, yo.
that's taking archaic technology. It's basically like trying to put an 8-track on iTunes. Like, I'm sorry.
Is if you the 2600, like I said, it's a historical, piece of gaming history.
It's an artifact.
Obviously,
Yeah.
but as far as the gaming pros go, you have to go to somebody who's deep into that shit to
Yeah.
get a solid answer.
Yeah.
I already made it clear. I enjoyed it when it was out, but I'm not nostalgic for it, and I don't care for the system now.
Yeah.
So if it's not something I care about, I'm not gonna delve into how can I get the best out of it. Now, if it was the NES, the Super Nintendo, stuff like that, I could go on for days talking about ways to get that hooked up to a HD TV, ways to get the best out of it. But it's because I care about those. 2600, I don't have the interest. It's got its part in history, its place in history, but for me, I have no desire. I'm not gonna sit here let me play some 2600 games. Like, why?
I'll get an
I don't think I've ever
analog.
heard that.
I get an analog system for the newer stuff, like the Nintendo stuff. If I can find a Nintendo one from analog, that'd be great. But but I would get something like that. I mean, this
Retromended here said get a Retron 77. That's a viable solution too.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's true.
If you want to hook up the exact system to it,
Emulating your cartridges. It's emulating your carts, but it still, runs off of original cartridges.
Yeah.
That's an option, but I don't know as far as the 2600. Like when you take an NES and you get like a high def mod done to it, and you plug that bitch into a HD TV, and you got them nice sharp pixels, everything's vibrant. Makes sense to me. You take 2600 games that have like 2 colors on the screen at once, everything's square. Like, what do I don't see where you could really improve upon that.
super sharp.
Like,
Yeah, super sharp. 4K.
Those colors are gonna be
Blocks.
insane.
and fucking there's not. I don't see any. I mean, maybe there is like things out there to accomplish that on original hardware. I just don't know.
There's definitely a converter. There's got to be a converter where you plug
Dude,
in.
you know
the
what
whole
I
thing.
just
Well,
realized?
I know there's simple solutions that you can use, but like as far as the optimal, the best of the best, I don't have an answer for that. The simple solutions and the ways to go about it, and you're getting like a ton of input lag and latency and all that stuff. I know, but as far as like,
Yeah, you could probably mod it.
I don't want to give advice for doing something with that isn't optimal. That's not the best way to do it, or one of the best ways to do it. So yeah, I don't fucking know. Sorry.
Well, yeah. Hey, listen, we're not qualified either to fucking answer that question.
especially me. I have no
We're
idea.
not qualified.
There's
for
probably a $200 mod somewhere.
Yeah.
that someone's
Matt,
very
yeah.
willing to do.
that. Yeah.
I had an answer.
Dude,
Wish I know all of us wish we had an answer, but I don't know.
Dude, I just had a nostalgia moment. A nostalgia moment for from the Atari 2600 Outlaw. I remember that game, man.
jeez.
That
I
fucking
do
game.
not.
I don't even know what the hell
I
that is.
had a lot of fun with that as a kid. I think I was like 4 years old. I don't know why I
man.
remember that.
I don't remember it.
Just look it up. Just look it up.
I gotta hook my Dreamcast up to it.
Dreamcast all day.
Listen. I got an answer right
ACT.
here.
Oh, you got an answer? How
Yeah.
much is it?
There's a Radio Shack It's Radio Shack.
Radio Shack.
It's not even around.
Just
Radio
around?
Shack. Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Oh shit! All right.
Radio Shack HDMI to RF coaxial converter adapter, $45. That's the only thing on here. That
Oh,
does
shit.
it.
That's
Wow.
not bad. I mean,
And they have the original Atari 2600 RF switch for $31 on here.
That's for the diehards out there. That
oh
want
wow.
So I mean, yeah.
No, I
it
know.
is
I
really-
know you could get modifications. I'm sure there's S video and AV mods for all that stuff. But I mean, as far as using a converter like that and RF to HDMI, holy shit!
That's
You might as well
hardcore,
just get
man.
a CRT and just plug it in.
I
Plug in
swear.
that RF to the CRT. It's not going to look great.
It's gonna look like
being
Atari.
RF converted. Using a cheap converter box. It's not a scaler. Whatever you looked at, I didn't see your phone, but I already know what the hell it is. It's not a scaler. It's not doing nothing.
No.
It's taking that signal and just converting it to an HDMI signal. So you're taking shit and it's just gonna look like shit. That's just the way it is.
Black and white too, or something. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna take those graphics and make it look totally like Atari.
Damn.
So what could go wrong there?
Radio Shack is dead. I thought Radio Shack was making a comeback with who was it, Nick Cannon or something like that. Like,
Really?
Yeah. He bought a stake in that shit. I thought he was bringing it back, man. I never too much shit. Maybe.
Well, maybe they have a Radio Shack. I mean, maybe they have an Amazon only store.
Listen, everything's online.
Yeah.
It's like somebody bought the name Circuit City and they use their logos and they sell shit through Circuit City on eBay and they own the rights to that. Could be the same thing. Like somebody bought that dead name. I don't know, but from what I heard, Nick Cannon was involved with Radio Shack, was bringing it back.
And I know Circuit City still exists in Canada.
Good.
The store, yeah.
Shit. The fuck.
Amazon killed Radio Shack.
That's right.
What was that?
Doesn't Toys R Us still exist up there too?
I think
Toys
so,
R Us
yeah.
still-
But I
Oh,
think
yeah,
Toys R
that's
Us is coming back over here.
Really?
Yeah.
Been saying that shit.
Under
I
a
don't-
new name though.
New name?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Jeffrey's.
Like Jeffrey's Toy Chest or something like that.
Toys is us.
Yeah.
Us or toys?
Toys is us.
Toys is us.
We've got the toys.
Yeah.
I love Toys R Us.
No,
yeah,
I
I
just
miss that
Missed that
place.
place. Even though it was overpriced, but you would find some interesting stuff, man.
Hell yeah.
There was a lot of memories with
Especially
Toys
if you have kids. Like when you grew up going to Toys R Us and it was an amazing
It's
experience.
exciting.
Yeah, and
Exciting.
you can't do that anymore.
You have kids yourself and you take them to Toys R Us. It's just as much like, I mean, I'm not trying to be like, oh, you know, I'm an old dad and shit, but it's true, man. You got kids. You went to Toys R Us with your kids. It was fucking magical.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
Experience.
Fucking science. That's fucking scientific what I just said right there.
There's no other place where you can take a kid that they would just their
That's
mind
exciting,
blows up
man.
like that.
Yeah, you might as
Especially
well.
to see the game.
Kid to fucking Walmart, and this drives me nuts. I don't know about your guys' Walmarts, and I don't live in like the most horrible area. You take your fucking kids to Walmart, they want to get some fucking Legos. Legos are locked behind a glass fucking cabinet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah. I don't know why. What the fuck is that about?
And then somebody eventually, 15 minutes later, wanders by. Oh, did you need something? Yeah, I want to look at this fucking
Yeah.
right? Can I see these Legos? Like, I want to look at this shit. Oh, I don't have the key. Okay, well, who the fuck does, right? That drives me nuts. Like,
Well, I understand it.
everything at Walmart's locked behind a glass fucking cabinet. I need a light bulb for my fucking headlight. Locked behind a glass cabinet. Nobody around. I ain't got the key. All right, well, who the fuck does? I hate Walmart, man. I hate Walmart with a passion.
Oh,
Fuck
shit.
them.
Wow.
I understand why they put the toys behind something because at my store, I hate it because I got to make sure everything's straight and everything. I'm like, get your kid out of here. Get him out of here. What are you doing? Watch your kid. They're opening everything. They're throwing everything
Yeah, but
everywhere.
it's a daycare center, though. That's
Exactly what it is.
They do this in certain areas due to theft and because a lot of Walmarts, to optimize profits, they have gotten rid of most of their in-store security. I know this stuff for a fact. A lot of stores, they would have undercover security. They would have basic security. They would have stuff like that. A lot of stores are shifting to the majority of the cash registers are self-checkout, and you got one person kind of watching everything. And you might have one or two manned registers, and the majority of the crew are stalkers.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
Damn.
So they've downsized a lot of shit, and theft is a big problem for a lot of Walmarts, but they also don't look at it. It's internal theft is one of the bigger problems.
Right.
They're people
it is.
stealing from them.
Of course.
They're people eating snacks and shit like that.
Yeah,
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah.
of course.
It's basically Walmart trying to make sure shit's not getting stolen. Because you go into like a Best Buy. Best Buy, I was telling this lady that works at my local Best Buy not too long ago. I'm like, I brought this whole rant up about Legos because Best Buy sells Legos.
Yep.
Like, I mean, Best Buy has a whole toy section because they don't sell CDs anymore. So you might as well sell something else, right? They don't sell as many Blu-rays. So they have a lot of space in some of these stores. And a lot of them carry a lot more toys, and stuff like that. Sometimes you be coming up on some crazy deals on shit, man.
Get rid of
And,
them. Get rid of the toys.
But they don't, like my Best Buy, they don't have shit locked up other than the games. Like, you know, you got to take the you know, they got to open up the case or whatever, or like computer stuff. But everything else is accessible because they do things differently. It's smaller footprint too, but Walmart's just, I can't deal with them, man. I can't. They don't want money, so I'm not fucking with them.
Yeah.
Retro Man has a question that you guys all got to answer real quick. No time to think about it. Favorite console of all time? Go.
Genesis.
Dreamcast.
PlayStation 2 because you can play PS1 and 2
Dream.
That's cheap.
Damn.
I'm gonna say Dreamcast. Ron.
Oh,
Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Just pulling it out my ass. Super Nintendo.
Actually pretty fair.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was a
yeah.
close second though. I'm like, the Dreamcast. Yeah.
Dreamcast was so goddamn good.
Yeah, dude.
I love Dreamcast, man.
Oh.
I miss Sega. I miss Sega.
Yeah,
so,
man.
I mean, that's a good question. Anybody got any other questions you want to
Yeah.
get out?
Actually, I was gonna ask Ron. You have any questions for us?
No.
Yo, the face he made.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
He was like, I didn't see that shit coming.
Yeah.
No, not stuff that I could think of that like would be appropriate for, you know, public.
Oh,
type
okay.
shit, you know what I
Off
mean?
air. Off air.
Yeah, like stuff like that possibly. But
Okay.
I mean, it's like as far as like, no, it's no offense. Like, I mean,
Just-
we're
It's
a
just
public
funny, man.
forum here. Like, I would talk to you in like a friendly manner, not like, you know,
Yeah.
not stuff that you want to talk about with these guys. You know what I mean?
I got you. No, I understand. I understand.
You could go to a place, you know, and be like, I'm not answering that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
get out of here. And that's like, I can't, like, what am I going to ask you? Like, what's your favorite game of all time? Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
come on, we've covered
Yeah.
all the gaming stuff as far as chatting it up with that. But I guess like, as one good question, I guess would be like, what, like, not a game, fuck games, but as far as technology, what's one thing in technology that's coming out this year that you're looking forward to? Not a game.
Not a game.
Can be related, but not a video game.
The Intellivision Amico.
That's still game related.
It's still games.
Oh, but it's technology though.
It is tech. It is tech.
Yeah, can be
It's not a
gaming related.
game.
Just
Okay.
a game.
Tech related.
It's not a game.
I need a new phone, so
Oh, you damn sure did.
Yes, you
at some point I'm gonna get a new phone. So I'm excited for that. I don't keep up with my tech.
I would say, as far as tech's concerned, I am very interested in where 5G will take us. So, the newer 5G, the 5G phones that are coming out. So, because I think that'll change how internet works, and especially on the go.
and our
This-
podcast.
This is very expected from you guys. I honestly don't care, to be honest. Like, I'm so old school. When it comes to tech, I'm like, I don't care, man. As long as I could plug in my game and turn it on in like 5 seconds, I'm good. Like,
So you're looking to simplify stuff.
as far as phones are concerned, I'm 2 generations behind. I'm always 2 generations behind. As far as tech is concerned, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care about tech, to be honest. I'm not a tech guy.
Well, see,
Yeah.
as far as technology goes, like what I'm looking forward to, and it is gaming related, is the analog pocket. That is something I
okay.
can't wait to find out more about.
They won't tell us.
We've seen plenty about it, but we just want to know when the fuck are they gonna take pre-orders for that
Exactly.
shit.
Dude, didn't we talk about it with Smash JT?
Yeah, I'm
They're
waiting
like,
for them to
target
release
those-
the date for pre-order.
Come on, man.
I'm on it. They release a title every day on their thing. I'm like, all right, stop showing me pictures of these games. Tell me, I want the damn thing. So
That's something I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to that more so than the Amico. The Amico, while I have a lot of respect for Tommy Tallarico and you know what he's doing, the hard truth behind the Amico, and I know there's this whole controversy with Pat the NES Punk, Smash JT, you know, all that stuff. If you watch some of like Pat the NES Punk, I mean, say what you will about the guy, but some of his stuff that he's bitter. He's just like, he's got to talk shit. The last video he did talking about the Amico made a lot of sense. And there was some shade in there, a little bit of salt, but his overall message made sense. With the Amico, I'm looking forward to it, but it's going to be those fucking exclusives that sell it. Because here, the harsh reality is, how many of you had an Intellivision growing up?
You guys
Did any single one of you guys here do?
Yeah,
These
I
guys had
believe I did.
So the thing with the Intellivision was when it came out, that fucking thing skyrocketed. It had huge success for the first year it came out. That was it. And then it just fizzled out. It was gone. There's not going to be that many people with the name alone that pumps them up for that device. It's going to be those exclusives. It's going to be them sticking to what they've been saying. And I think it's kind of a missed opportunity with the Earthworm Jim thing. Not the biggest franchise. Not the biggest franchise, but if that was a launch title, that would sell units right away, but it's not going to be a launch title. That's the unfortunate thing. And then like other concerns I've had with the Amico was you're saying everything on that system is exclusive to that system. In what regard? Because I've seen all these games they've announced where Bad Dudes is one of them. Bad Dudes is already a game that exists. You're talking about like a brand new version of Bad Dudes, like an upscaled version. And some of the other lists of games are games that have been available multiple times elsewhere. What makes your version different and the must-have versus something else? It's going to be those exclusives that sell it. Now, a product, and I'm looking forward to it still. I just got to see what the fuck they do with it. And, you know, I do like the things, no DLC. We're keeping it old school. You buy the fucking game, that's it. Like, I can appreciate that. No crowdfunding. I can appreciate that big time. I've got some faith in this. Can't wait to see what they do. But as far as technology, it's the Analog Pocket for me. The reason being is because Analog has proven themselves time and time again to be a huge player in the retro gaming market, delivering quality stuff with the people who work with them. Kevtris, you know, doing the FPGA cores. That Analog Pocket comes out and you can play Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. People might be like, so I can already do that on Game Boy Advance. Like, I get it, but there's just so much more to the system than that. A dock that we don't know how much it's going to fucking cost. We don't know when it's going to come out that you could play it on your TV. There's options to play those games on your TV already. The appealing thing with the Analog Pocket is maybe eventually they'll release the fucking cartridge adapters that they were supposed to do for the Mega SG to play like Game Gear and SG 1000, Master System, all that stuff.
Master System came with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, That's right. I'm tripping, but the other adapter, you know, the cards and all that stuff. That's right. I have the fucking adapter. I use it. like one of the only games I own for the Master System is freaking Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. But like the adapters that they're talking about for the Pocket to play, you know, all these other games, you know, Lynx, Game Gear, that's game changing. But
Neo Geo Pocket.
Not even so much. Neo Geo Pocket as well, even though there's not that many games for it. But man, Match of the Millennium for the Neo Geo Pocket is freaking amazing as a game. Right? Holy shit. For a 2-button fighter, that game is sick. Even Gals Fighters, all that's great games on that system.
Right.
The intriguing thing with the Pocket is that it has that second FPGA chip. And that is for development outside of what's already supported for that. People could do other things with it. That's what I'm excited about. I follow this kind of stuff on my channel, the Mister Project with the DE10 Nano, and
I read about
the FPGA implementation for all these retro consoles. That Analog Pocket turns into a freaking portable Mister where you could play NES games, Neo Geo games, freaking Sega games. That's gonna be dope. So I'm looking, man. That's the biggest thing for me this year is that Analog Pocket. If they ever fucking announce when we could buy it.
If it's this year, yes.
It'll be this year.
I hope so. Watch tomorrow, they'll announce it. And I'll be like,
finally. Well, that's Spawn Wave. That shit up on there.
The thing I will say about the Amico, though, is that, Tommy Tallarico and Intellivision in general, they haven't started their marketing yet. And until that happens, nobody really knows. It's just like the PlayStation 5. Just like the Xbox One, the Series X. It's like,
no, they've started their marketing. You're just looking at it a little different.
But they haven't really told it. Like, it's all speculation. It's just all rumors. We don't like. Do we really know what the PS5 looks like? No. They haven't. No. Do we really know?
The vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
No, it definitely is not.
We know what the Amico looks like. We know what the controllers look like. We don't know how it interfaces.
Well, that's
we don't know all the games, stuff like that.
All those questions. I have faith that they're going to answer that with their marketing, and it's coming soon.
They will.
And they will.
They will. It's something that Tommy Tallarico's an icon in the gaming world, but I'm not putting blind faith into anything. Like not an unproven system. Like I'm not putting blind faith in it. And it's something like if it's $200, I'll buy one, man. Like I'm down in it. As long as they keep it to that. Their founders edition, whatever. I don't know about that, but I'll probably grab one. But it's just going to be one of those things, man. Is there a place for it? Right. And the reason I went with the Pocket, the analog Pocket, is because I'm a retro gamer. I love retro shit, and that already has a pre-existing library. You know, it has the games I know I would revisit and play. The Amico, it comes out October 10th this year. We're 9 months away, so they'll be amping up their marketing. Which said, you're looking at it a little different. They have been marketing it. They have been marketing it, but they will amp that up. The actual conventional marketing, you know, probably this summer. So they'll have a lot more to show, and that's really when people who are on the fence, like myself, I'm on the fence on it. That's when we'll make up our minds on that. But it's not something like, I don't have that nostalgia for Intellivision, so I'm buying it just because of the name. I have more faith in it than other things because people who are behind it. Yeah. That's the big thing. I have more faith in it. Yeah. But they still got a lot to prove. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm excited to see. I'm not trying to knock them. I'm just honest. You know, I want to see what what they do.
I respect that. I know a lot of people feel the same way.
As with any new console, everyone wants to see what's going on. Everyone wants to see what's going on. And
when's Xbox gonna announce what they got going on?
I'm so tired of y'all.
Listen,
that's why your games get deleted.
They just had to leak.
Yeah, they just took away my shit. They just took away my DLC.
Because you keep talking. Because you keep running your mouth.
The system to take more of my information.
You keep running your mouth. They're about to hack your credit cards again.
Oh shit.
Yo.
They just had the leak of the system, so I mean, at least it looks.
They had a leak of my information, is what they had. All my shit was taken.
You got docs, man. You got docs.
Me and Microsoft, we're not cool right now.
Stop talking so much.
Talk to your boys.
Nah, man, I can't. I can't.
So on that note,
on that note,
this has been a very entertaining episode.
Hell yeah, man!
Of the Level 857 Video Game Podcast.
Yes,
and we'd like to thank you, Mad Little Pixel, for being on the show.
Absolutely, man.
This is your first podcast, dude. Thank you.
Yes, it is,
dude. And
we appreciate your time, and that's big for us. Thank you.
Yes,
man.
For sure. Appreciate you guys having me, man. Like I said before, I've had a lot of people hit me up like, "Hey, come on our podcast." I look at their shit, and it's like, "Get the fuck out of here, guys." You guys got something good going on here. You guys work well together, from what I've seen, and from being here. You guys are doing some quality shit, man. Not everybody can say that. You know, it's just something. Stick with it, man. Keep pumping out that quality content, and you guys will be going places with it. So
thank you.
Definitely foresee that happening, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you.
Definitely means a lot, man.
Thank you. Yes, man.
Definitely appreciate that.
And thank everybody in the chat, man. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, the chat has been live.
You guys are awesome.
Again.
We apologize for 6 comments about X-Men, all right? You didn't really mean that, all right? You just didn't really. Yes. There's just other games he prefers.
Yeah, it's his opinion.
Listen, I say what you got.
That's pretty hard. That's pretty harsh.
Trash is that's a harsh word.
Streets of Rage is my game, okay?
He's trying to bring it back. He's trying to bring it back.
He's trying to win over you can't win over the crowd now, man. Can't win them over now, man.
He's trying to win over the chat because they just mentioned Streets of Rage in the chat.
Exactly.
I know quality.
The damage is done already. The damage is done.
Pandering.
Double Dragon is my shit.
Anyway.
Yo.
Final Fight. Part 1.
Mad Little Pixel. Ron, thank you so much once again, man.
Thank you, man.
We're signing off,
appreciate
bro.
you guys having me.
Absolutely.
We would love to have.
And you're welcome to come back.
Hell yeah. We got to get you back on, brother.
But throw that on there.
Yeah.
Mad Little Pixel.
Look at that power.
My friend, thank you once again.
Till next time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, everybody?
We're still here.
How we doing?
All right.
If you're still watching, it's not over. It's not over yet.
Kind of is.
It's almost.
No, it's almost over. It's almost over. Because if you're watching this right now, for those of you guys out there who already subscribed to our channel, thank you. Thank you so much. You guys
appreciate y'all.
You're the best. But if you haven't, be sure to do so. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, man. Share the video with a friend. Hit that like button if you liked it. Or hit that thumbs down if you didn't like what Stick said before.
It don't all come down to that.
Yeah. Or just leave it
show involved.
or just leave it in the comments. We want to know what you guys think.
I can leave it in the comments. Don't give us a thumbs down just for that.
It don't matter, man. But anyway, just do that, please, if you can, if you have the time, and also follow us on all our social media. Because if we hit 500 followers or subscribers,
what's going to happen?
What will happen, guys? What's going to
Hot
happen?
sauce challenge.
Yes, that's right. We're gonna do the hot sauce challenge live on a podcast. We're gonna eat hot wings.
Are we gonna make it through that
While
podcast?
doing that, I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
will. I will. You might not.
I don't know if we will. I don't know.
You have to look on your face.
We have I'm a little scared, but we do have a paramedic on standby.
Yeah, he'll be here. Mikey B's will be here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Mikey B's.
He's a legit paramedic.
But people have been requesting him to be involved in it, so I don't know. He might be
a candidate.
He might be.
Oh shit! Yo, you're right.
Reliable.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
he has to.
Nah, he has to do the bomb with us. That's it. That's it. He can come down. We'll bring him down and do the
Just
bomb.
do the one.
Yeah.
He'll have to.
We'll do the 5, and he'll just do the
Actually, that'll be our
Phone
outro. He'll be like, "Yo, do it."
Phone a
And then
friend.
like-
Phone a friend. Phone a friend. Phone a
And
friend.
then we'll fade to black.
And we're getting close on YouTube, right?
Yeah, no, we're getting close, man.
Very
But
close.
Yeah, man.
thank you once again for those who subscribe to our channel. Also, if you're watching this live, thank you once again, everybody who's on the chat.
Yeah.
But if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to see this live, be sure to do so every Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern Time, PM, Eastern Time. And
7:30.
if you want to listen to this podcast live? No, you're not going to listen to this live. What the fuck? What the hell am I talking
If you
about?
can't watch it,
If you
and
can't
you
watch
want to
it, that's what I
listen
meant.
to
That's what I
us,
meant. Thank you. That's what I meant to say.
yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
You see
What the-
that's teamwork. We support each
thank
other.
you, sir. Thank you. That's what I really meant. If you want to listen to the podcast, make sure you do so. We're available on all the streaming services. So that's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that good stuff. Spotify, all that good stuff, man. We're available on that. Follow us on that too.
Just click the link to anchor.fm.
You want to see more of this?
Lovely
Support
57.
us, man. You want to help us out? Just do all that. And we really appreciate it.
Till next time.
Thank you guys so much. We love y'all.
You guys
Until
got
next
treated
time,
to
man.
a jumble intro and a jumbled outro.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to the Level 857 podcast.
Yeah, man. Nothing ever goes right here, man.
All aboard.
All aboard.
Peace out,
It's all
guys.
fun, y'all.
Thank you.
Later.